And
Oh yeah, I remember that. You gave it to a dog. Yeah.
Fishy Steely died. R.I.P. Fishy. We've seen his funeral reception. And,
Who the hell are all these people?
I tossed them some fish discs, which they were very appreciative of.
The fish discs?
Yeah, because I know you wanted sticks, and I was like, you know what? They're not going to be sticks.
Okay. I mean, meet you in the middle, I guess. That's fine.
Exactly, that's what I was thinking. Yeah. We talked to important people.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Isarya should take over.
and met my family outside. They kind of just randomly showed up. And I think that's where we stopped.
That is indeed where you stopped. You were just invited to have a meal, which I think you guys agreed to. So why don't we go ahead and get into the thick of it, do some role playing, and see where this goes. Yeah.
Oh, is that what we're doing today? Role playing?
Well, we do that every day. Every day, my guy.
We have 2 days
D&D.
to role play.
But Wheelie gets diarrhea. That's just gonna be the default. Whenever somebody can't come, they have diarrhea. It's uncontrollable and it's disgusting. So he's out of the game. But you guys, I agree with whatever that was. I don't know. I just heard a lot of noises. Yeah, maybe mysterious. This interesting case of the runs. But you guys sort of walk around the city as you're just sort of following along. I guess Isarya talking with mostly her sister, and they're saying stuff to each other and giggling and laughing, I'm sure. But you come upon a nice little, not little, well, relative to a lot of you, it is little. You come across a cute sort of, cobblestone home. There's some smoke coming out of its little chimney. Eternal, the door goes up to your thigh.
You have to crawl your way in.
I guess I'll just crawl through the door. Kind of just lay and put my top half of my body in the doorway.
Zarya's mom's like, yeah, I don't know, hun, if you're gonna fit in there.
I can sit outside if I have to.
I'm gonna sit outside.
I think we can all, yeah.
We have a little patio. Get outside.
Oh, we can get that
Dine
set up.
al fresco.
Yeah.
The chairs will be a little small.
Picnic table or something outside.
Everything will be a little small, but we can bring that out, and they sort of get stuff set up. Okay. But after some movement here and there, so both Lyra and Halden are
Oh, do we just get crushed after a minute though?
Probably.
But there's some shuffling around. Yeah, the chairs, the stools are they're definitely small. I'd say for those of you who are not halfling gnome size, it's a little uncomfortable. But you get situated and you
I'll pick
smell
2 chairs. One for each of my butt
yeah,
cheeks.
one for each butt. You do sit on 2 chairs. I think that's very appropriate since Pog is, I would say, wider than probably everybody in the group.
That's a wide way to say fat, but fair enough.
No, I wouldn't say fat. I imagine your build is more like. I would imagine that your build is. I imagine you.
Thick.
Yeah.
Pretty sure Pog's a little bit chubby.
You think so? I guess you have
I mean, girth is always kind of. Yeah.
I mean, girthy doesn't mean chubby, right? You could be all muscle or something. I don't know.
All right, I'm a cutie fatty. Let's keep going.
There you go. And you smell the scents of home cooked food wafting out. But Yep, they bring out the dishes. Family favorites, Isarya?
Family favorites. Fish. Heavily spiced because we like spiciness. Spicy food. So fish, we like potatoes and just very simple things.
Yeah, I get
We don't
that.
have too much to work with around the
Right.
area.
You guys have cheese?
We do have cheese.
Then we can make a poutine. Let's go.
Do it.
It looks so good, actually. I
I'm
want
gonna make
one.
a poutine. What do I need to roll for? Performance?
I don't know, man. Sure. I don't know what cooking falls under.
I would think performance.
Dexterity?
Alright, I'll roll dexterity.
All right.
You're using your hands, right?
Oops.
Or am I just misinterpreting what dexterity means?
Are you just sort of like are you cutting up the potatoes and like
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
it all? All
Yeah.
right. You just set up a little fryer. It's real impressive there. I think Isarya's mom's just like, where'd you learn to cook like that?
Damn, it worked.
Mrs. Dio girl. Oh.
I got her attention. That's what I was going for. I don't give a fuck about the poutine at all. Just worked.
Your fries are burning, hun.
It don't matter.
You're gonna take them out?
Nah. Are you gonna take them out?
Yes. She reaches over and really quickly grabs the wire basket and just kind of like takes it. It's like you.
I'm gonna watch her clean the stuff in a creepy way. That's what Pog's gonna do. Do I need to roll stealth?
I would do it.
Hey, sis. I think your friend's got the hots for mom.
Maybe he was.
Damn, I gotta roll deception. They're gonna find out about my plan.
I guess, sure.
Shit.
What do you roll stealth? I guess.
Fuck.
Yeah, you're freaking drooling out of your mouth, man. It's gross.
They know.
Yeah, they know. I don't think they appreciate that.
Shit. Man, don't make me eat on the little balcony.
No, you flatter me, but I am married. I thought that was clear.
Doesn't mean much, right? Right?
Let's
I'm just gonna
go
look towards my
outside.
parents just really quickly with a huge smile and just like, what are they gonna do?
I'm gonna go eat on the balcony. Fuck.
You just okay. Pog just leaves, I guess.
Hey, if there's no love,
Dang.
there's no me.
I mean, no one was shaming you. It's well. Anyways, no,
Yeah.
that is
I think Pog can shame himself.
okay. That's fine. Pog leaves. Pog sits by as lonesome. I don't even know how you get to the balcony because it was kind of hard for you to get into the house in the first place. But you know what? That's all right.
I'll go one butt cheek at a time.
We can leave the imagination to our minds.
Well, aren't
but-
dwarves that much bigger than halflings and gnomes?
Well, let's just say that if I had diarrhea and not Flinty, I'm gonna stop here.
But all right, you guys sit down and you're enjoying a meal, and I think other than just like random isolated discussions, mostly the two parties keep to themselves because it's like oh, this is actually kind of awkward because we don't know any of these people and like our only mutual connection is our daughter. But I think Lyra is the first one to break the silence, and I'm gonna butcher this weird voice I have for her, but whatever. Just go for it, right? No shame. So,
No shame.
having fun out there on your adventures, hun? Did you find anyone you like?
I'm gonna side eye Ray and kind of like
She gives you that look.
just yeah, I found these people. They're my friends. We've done a lot of cool stuff together. I killed something.
No, that's certainly an um interesting set of people.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, well, it's funny. The other day, the Graysons, they were just coming over, wondering when you'd be back home.
They probably saw me walk
Well,
in here
they've
a few days ago, and you know how nosy they are.
Oh, sure, but I'm just saying that Grayson fella is pretty nice.
Oh God. Turn to Ray and be like, Mayday, please help me.
Yeah, Ray's in the middle of chewing something, and she stifles back a laughter, and she turns to you, Galadriel, and says, sort of like in between bites, and she's like, so, what's, you got any cool on the road stories there?
I mean, we got to fly on a floating island, so that was pretty cool. But other than that, same old, same old.
That's not normal. You can't just leave us there with that. What happened?
He had a crab friend too that Eragon thought about eating, but R.I.P. Mr. Crab. Sebastian, we will miss you.
We lost a family member, but
they're so sweet.
We'll catch another one.
I sure hope we get to catch another Bob.
No, I don't know what I'd do if we lost Mochi.
I know. Oh, speaking of, we were in Elysia, and I started a little dog shelter over there.
Ooh, really?
I almost thought about bringing one back, but
oh my gosh,
don't think that would have been a good idea.
Yeah.
Not sure it would have survived our adventures.
Yeah.
Got her. And you guys talk some more, and the discussion continues a little bit later. It's a little bit more flowing now. You guys are covered with each other, enjoying the simple food. And I think your mom again is just like it's winding down, and I think you're sort of like getting through the meal. And she says, I was talking to the council the other day, about your future role in Cars.
I'm just gonna momentarily stop like eating and kind of just start pushing my shit around my plate. And I'm like, yeah, the matron is wondering when I'm gonna come back, and I told her I still have some time.
It's true, but it'd be great if you could. I mean, just the earlier you can get started, the better. We were talking about maybe you could be sort of like a guardian or scout, because I know you like going on your adventures of yours, but at least you could stay close to home and not feel like you're locked indoors all day, huh?
Yeah, but it's different when you feel like you're just locked up here too, even when I'm not at home.
Dear, you still thinking about leaving?
Dad would know.
She's a big asset to our team, so we have some unaccomplished tasks that we need to finish before she can come back.
I mean, as important as your mission is, I'm sure, we've got a lot of stuff going on here too, you know.
I think a lot of it contribute. I think what's going on here is what's going on out there, and it's affecting what's happening with Kars and Brazili and and I just feel like I can benefit the world by just being out there right now.
When you left, you barely had a grasp on your magic.
Oh, she shoots big fireballs now. You should see.
I'm not sure
think-
if that reassures.
I think that's because I just didn't get a chance to practice the way I wanted to. There was so much red tape and things that I had to do, and I'm finally, learning about it out there by myself, and I
Is that
don't
really
feel
the-
smothered.
I mean, no one's smothering you here, dear. We just, ever since the accident, figured it'd be nice if you had some more instructional. I mean, Matron's a fine teacher. I don't know anything. I don't know the first thing about magics, but she seems to have a pretty good idea.
Yeah, and I'm not taking that away from her, but, she's a little bit stuffy.
Be careful what you say, but no, I understand. That's fine. You do have a responsibility here, though.
Yeah. I know.
I think sort of at that, yeah, Raya is just like, I think your dessert is burning. And Halden just kind of gets up and he's like, oh shoot, and runs into the house, with Lyra close behind.
Ray, it's happening all over again, but this time it's not my fault.
Sorry. Yeah, you share a laugh. But dessert's brought out, and it is.
Berry cob.
Ooh, wonderful. Yeah, but I think
Yeah.
after discussion, yeah, it's a little bit weird because a little bit of tension hangs in the area, just a little bit. But everything's all said and done, and while everybody's sort of getting ready to sort of get their dishes all set up and go. My camera's going wild. That is true. Give me a hot sec. What if I did one of these? Here. Let's see what happens here. Will you still autofocus? Huh? Okay, I think we're good. But yeah, things are winding down, and Halden, or your dad, I guess, although I'll just say by their name because yeah, Halden is very quietly lays his what does Halden do?
He's like a.
What is his profession? What is he? What do they do actually?
He specializes in masonry, like his dad.
Right. I remember that. Yeah, so he lays his sort of thick calloused hands on one of your shoulders, and he sort of whispers oh, what was his voice? I had it. It was back here. It was back here. It was back here. Could I you want to go for a walk?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Let's do this little sidebar real quick with Halden and Isarya. You guys, he yells back and he says, we'll just be a moment. And you guys sort of just walk off into the city. Isarya, did you have a place in the city you liked to go to for any reason in particular, like a quiet place maybe, or?
I know there's a little patch of forest or greenery behind the house, maybe a mile out. That's where I always used to go.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, let's say that he sort of takes you back to that rear forest, right? And you're just sort of for the first mile walk, there's not even discussion, but not because it's awkward, but just sort of let's appreciate just being here and like being with each other and appreciating like the scenery. It's I guess I was never really good with climate because I never really kept track of what time it was. But you're surrounded by, you know, these sort of trees that are just doing their best to survive on this very otherwise rocky, mountainous area. And let me just pull up something real quick. Okay. Great. So you were walking by, you end up in front of a clearing where there's like a little cute pond with a couple of wild waterfowl just sort of mingling about. You know, and the small pond fish that are sort of there. And there's like a little creek of water that sort of just runs off into the distance. And he finds like a nice rock, and kind of just like sits down and pats the side of it. Kind of like motions to you.
I'm gonna go sit down next to him.
Okay. I was never one for conversation, but I mean, you know that it's.
He can be a lot. I'm just gonna beat him to whatever he was gonna say.
Your mother can be a lot.
She's still the same.
But in many ways, yes. But it's been hard with you away. I mean, your sister's also been a lot for us, but Mom, she loves you. You know that, right?
Oh yeah, I know. I know she does.
And I mean, I know you want to travel the world and see all sorts of amazing things. I get it. I mean, there is a small selfish part of me that wish that you stayed. If anything, just so we're both worried about adventuring's not a safe profession, I think, to put it lightly. And again, it's not my choice. It's hard, right? For as parents to not wonder when's the next time I'm going to see my baby girl again.
Right. And as he's saying this, like internally, I'm just mulling to myself whether I should tell him that I almost died a few days ago. But I keep it to myself because I don't want him to freak out because I know that's how he is.
No, it's just, I don't know. I
get it.
Yeah.
But how is that any different from me picking up a duty here and doing the same things? I mean, you've heard what's happened to the past people in our family. Some of them liked it, some of them didn't, some of them became bad. You know, I don't want to be told how to use my powers.
Agree with you. It's just, I mean, you sort of look to the matron and like how dependable she's been, and just like thinking to yourself, you know, Isarya will be safe here.
I don't doubt that she's a good sorcerer, but she's very cold and she's not. She just isn't. And she's a good teacher, but she's a good teacher, but she's just not. I don't know, it's just...
She's not you, and you're not her.
Right.
No, I get that. I didn't bring you out here to convince you to stay. I worry a lot about you.
I know. And
mean-
I'll think about it. I still have a few more months left before I have to really decide whether I want to come back or not, but I'll think about it.
I want you to, really, really cherish those months because you've changed so much. This, sort of shy, insecure girl who left in just the span of, a year. Your hair as well also is incredible, but just
It's awesome.
it is pretty sweet. I wouldn't dare because I don't have anywhere near the amount of confidence that you have. But
Try it. I bet she'd freak mom out.
she would never let me go for that. No, you've just become such a confident, beautiful young woman. Young halfling, sorry. Women are humans. I don't know why I said woman. You weren't here on your birthday, and he reaches into his back pocket and he pulls out a very simple necklace. It's nothing too fancy. It's made out of silver, and it's got oh shoot, what's the word? Or maybe you can go for it. I should have asked you, does Kars have a... Actually, no. Tell me about Isarya's... Excuse me. Wow, that was gross. Tell me about Isarya's grandmother. Or the one that she is fond of the most. Who's also passed away.
Are we talking about the one that started it all, or just the most immediate one?
Immediate grandmother, not great grandmother. Yeah.
Let's see. So she was very strong-willed, very opinionated, very much like Ray. How else can I describe her? Oh, I do have a ring on my finger that is hers. It's like a little opal.
Okay.
A little opal silver, like a little band with a little silver band that has a little opal on it.
Yeah.
She liked a lot of jewelry like that, like turquoise, and she was spunky. That's all I can say.
No, sure. Do you remember when... I don't know if you do. You may have been too young at the time, but I think when you were 6, in the middle of a huge family funeral, I think you you got on the stage and you started proclaim. I guess it wasn't your fault. You're a kid. You didn't really get it, but you started saying how you were the queen of the land, and your grandmother. She got up and she was like, "That's my granddaughter." Do you remember that?
Sort of.
It was your grandmother,
I believe
my mom.
it. I believe it, though. I remember.
She was... It was a shame when we lost her, and we were actually going through some of her stuff, and I managed to find one of her necklaces. I know that it was something that you sort of admired for a while. I'm sure she'd want you to have it.
I would love to. I would love it.
And he holds it out to you.
I'll just reach out for it.
Yeah.
Thank you. And give him a big hug.
He hugs you back. It's you guys spend some time alone, just sort of being with each other. And I think Halden's the first to break the silence, and he sort of like notices the time it is, and he says, we should probably get back. I don't want to worry your mom too much.
Yep. You gotta watch out for Pog.
Oh no. Okay, the party gets back. Pog, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Why do I keep getting dragged into this? God damn.
Are you doing anything? Are you still on the balcony just being sad by yourself?
Well, I was on the balcony eating my little poutine by myself after my dreams of love were crushed.
Okay. It's been like an hour and a half.
Oh, jeez.
After dinner ended. Yeah, they were gone for a while.
Okay, so I had time to finish my poutine, go to the bathroom. Twice, probably. And then,
Twice?
Well, there's a diarrhea epidemic right now, so...
Oh, no.
Always taking precaution, you know? Yeah.
Mom, the toilet's clogged again!
Well, it would be the Okay, let's not get into it. No, I think I'm fine. I think Pog probably ate a lot, and he was just chilling. If anything, I'm probably gonna go to the public bath. If anything.
Okay. Yeah. What was everybody else doing during this
Use some
hour and a
spells
half?
to make the water bubbly.
Okay. Sure.
Petting the dog.
Oh yes, Odin. Odin, please roll animal handling.
I'm curious to see what that roll's gonna be.
This is very interesting, yeah.
I'm waiting for the 1 to pop up.
Day 10. Listen, I think Moch is like, yeah, this is cool. I'm alright with this.
A fish chip.
You tried to... Oh, okay. By the way, is Mochi a boy or a girl?
A boy.
Okay. You did try to, sort of get him on your lap, but he just sort of... waited on the floor, staring up at your fish chip.
Hey, sorry, does this dog know any tricks?
He knows how to sit, and he knows how to stand on his hind legs and lay down. That's it.
Can you play dead?
You can teach him. He's very food motivated.
Dang.
Which is
Me
probably why he's by you.
He's been looking at that fish chip the entire time. His eyes are following it as you're sort of just moving your hand.
Bang. And tell him to lay down.
You told him to lie down.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess with an animal handling of 10, I think Mochi looks to you, Isarya, and is just like, what do I do, Mom?
Yeah, and I'd be like, come on, Mochi, lay down.
Okay. Yeah, he lays down, just kind of ploops himself, belly side.
I want to give him a chip.
Alright.
I know while we're waiting, I'd want to stock up on some healing potions again and stuff.
Yeah, that's totally... Oh, actually, speaking of which, I forgot to do this, but Flinty, when you were in the council the other day, you were handed a letter, and it was signed by someone by the name of Alchemy Steely.
Oh no, he's back.
Do you see it in your journal? It just says to Flinty.
Yeah, I saw it.
Oh, okay. Well, if you saw it, then you saw it. All right.
Could it be that he's responsible for the diarrhea issues we've been having?
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. No, I don't think so. I think I just allergic to something. I don't know.
But the council lets you know that since the negotiations are from last time, the negotiations are happening in like about 2 days, and it would be nice if you were present for that. But you sort of have like a day off. So at this point, it's maybe like late afternoon. Pog said it's the baths. I wanted to know if anybody, other than stocking up on goods, of course, if anybody like wanted to do anything specific.
Okay, wait. How much? Like, do we have any plans to do anything in the like next few hours?
Like, where you want to go to a bar?
No, not that.
Oh.
But wait, has it been a day since our
You
encounter?
have had a no. It's 2
the
days from
zombies.
today. It's 2 days from today.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so you had a long rest before you came back because you slept on the beach. Oh, you weren't there. Yeah. You've had a long rest. Yes. Sorry.
Okay. So, okay.
Yeah.
All right, sweet. Because actually, I want it to be special though. Never mind. Oh, because okay, I wanted to see if we can get like, because Kent's not here anymore. I wanted a new companion.
Go to the bar.
No, not
What
that.
happened
Well,
to
okay.
Kent?
He's
Kent's
managing.
now working. Yeah, it's the manager to Odin's like little thing. But I'm not looking for like a replacement for him. I'm looking for just like another companion that's not sexual.
Oh, so you're gonna cheat on Kent?
Ah.
I
No, it's
literally just
purely
said it's not.
platonic. It's pure.
Yeah.
It's platonic, guys. Don't
Oh
Right,
my
yeah,
god.
okay.
No,
Alright.
don't misinterpret. Okay, I need to find a tree though.
Friends with benefits. Gotcha.
I need to find a tree.
There are lots of trees.
You need to find a
around
tree.
you.
I need a nice tree. Can we go looking for one? Like, what kind of trees
Yeah.
are here, Isarya?
So
Yeah, like-
you can actually
Sorry?
go to the little patch of woods that I like to go to hang out. I would suggest not really going too much farther than that because you've got like the cursed woods and stuff, and you don't want to go in there.
Oh my god, the curse woods?
Yeah.
Wait, what's in there?
I don't think you want Eragon in your special place.
Wait, so what's in the curse woods?
Oh, and you don't know about the curse woods?
No, I don't. Please
No,
tell
it's
me.
they're just, well, I mean, it's pretty much as they sound, but there's just a whole lot of baddies and monsters out there. You don't want to go out there, especially at nighttime by yourself.
What are the plants like?
Oh
In
my
the-
god, please don't answer that.
In the curse woods?
Yes.
I mean, the
Are they
plants
feisty?
themselves are normal. It's just the monsters aren't very friendly.
Oh, okay, that's kind of lame. Okay, I'll just go to
Are the plants
Isarya.
I'm just kind of making it up right now.
Are there plants in there? I would imagine so.
I mean, are they normal? Sorry, that was the question here.
I would say yes. I guess it's up to you.
Well, why
Some
don't you go
normal,
ahead?
some
what,
not.
What were you thinking, Eragon?
Okay.
He definitely wants there to be vines.
Tell me your plan. Right? Let's write this story together.
Okay, so I have, since my staff should be replenished by now,
Yes.
I wanted to do this.
Okay, so you make them from not able to speak languages to functional.
Yeah, they're like
What
sentient
the
beings,
heck?
right?
He wants
It's
a
a
group.
spell.
What
You need a
the
negate
heck?
worth at least 1,000 GP.
But
man.
it's from the staff. It's from the staff.
Oh.
So he doesn't need the material component? That
Nope,
makes no
I
sense,
think
though.
when we did the searching, we concluded that you don't because
Oh, okay. Makes sense if the staff has an amount of charges.
Right.
Yeah.
The problem is that it replenishes. Is there any duration for this? Does it last forever?
Well, that's for 30 days.
Are you gonna-
No, after
Oh, I
30
didn't see
days,
it.
I'm pretty sure it lasts forever, actually.
It's charmed by you for 30 days or until you do anything harmful to it. When it ends, oh geez, I gave Eragon an ability to amass an army.
Yeah.
No, right?
Is the plant whisperer.
All right,
That
give
moment
me,
when
the
Whisperer.
DM realizes
give me a
fucked up.
second.
Side quest in the Direwood Forest. Let's go.
Right?
am Groot.
Listen. Okay, I'll let you do it, but I'm gonna need time to plan that out. So, like, if you went on a full-fledged side quest, it won't be today. But like, if you want to do it, I will plan it out.
Okay, sweet. Okay, what?
Or you can just get like a normal flower or something. But it's up to you. If you want to go on a full-fledged, all right. But so then you just gotta convince your party that like, hey, I'm gonna do a cool thing.
You gotta convince me that this is worth my time.
Okay, hold on, wait. Give me like 3 seconds.
The answer is
Shit
no.
on fire.
I think our goals are incompatible. I want to burn forests, and you're trying to recruit it.
It's in a cursed forest, right? So we can burn like parts of it.
Sorry.
What if you get eucalyptus trees and they explode when they get set on fire? That would be pretty awesome.
It's all eucalyptus trees. That's the entire thing. That's the reason it's cursed, because one day somebody went out there to smoke and it just exploded.
Yeah.
Alright, well. Okay. DM me so I don't. Well, I'll write that down.
Okay.
I love it. Today is day 29. Alright.
What day we're on? It's 29.
Yes, because yesterday was day 28, I think. Yeah, it's almost been a month of D&D, guys. Okay. Eragon Plant Army side quest. I mean, again, there's nothing against the rules that saying you can't do this literally every single day, but please be nice to me and don't recruit like hundreds of sentient trees. Because there's literally no way I can deal with that in combat. That's gonna be awful.
So many unique voices.
I could
Oh
do
my
like
gosh.
the same tree. Kind of tree.
And then just like group it up.
Yeah.
Pretty sure a sentient being must have a name, also.
They can go nameless. I don't have to have a name to be sentient.
I'm pretty sure it has to be he needs a name. Pretty sure.
Because
Okay.
like on the one hand, I get the idea of the material component, because that would basically limit you by your money how many sentient creatures you can have following you for 30 days, which is huge.
I know, it's
Yeah.
kind of OP. It's actually really OP. I was like looking it up and people were saying like how OP it was. But I won't do that.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Trust
just
you.
wanted
I know you
one
won't,
or two.
'cause unless the situation calls for it where you
10.
need like an army of hundreds of trees.
Big boss battle
But-
coming up. I got you guys.
Yeah. I mean, it's only like once per day anyways, because it takes half the staff's charges. Okay. Well, anyways. All right. I have that written down, so I will work on that.
Wait,
'Cause
can I
going
do
to-
like a little flower right now? Just to like
Yeah,
have a
sure, you can do
companion
it.
in my
Test it
pocket?
out. Yeah, that
Okay.
totally works. There's so it's a pretty mountainous region, so you're not gonna have the most diverse choices of flowers, and a lot of them are sort of more on the hardy end because just necessary to survive in this very rocky terrain. I am not a botanist, so I don't know what kind of flower that would look like. But you do find patches of this kind of flower. Blue mountain flower from Skyrim. There you go.
Ew, gross. Okay, I'll wait then.
Okay. All right. Anybody else have
I
anything
would like to
do
buy a
during
bar.
this-
I was
I
to say, I
mean,
would like
A
to find
whole
a bar.
bar?
Bye.
I would like to purchase a business.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
Our resident entrepreneur buying up
Tell
all
me
the
how
bars.
that goes. Tell me how that goes. What's your plan here? When you say you want, what do you do?
Well, I'm gonna need to find some kind of official so that I can purchase a business lot or already existing tavern and take ownership of it, so that I can more or less start a chain of taverns across this region.
That's gonna be, I think that's gonna be Jeff who handles the sort of like financial economic affairs in the council.
All right, I need to go find him.
All right, all right. Odin's walking into the council. All right, no, screw it. Let's do this. Is Orza following you, or?
I hope so.
Okay, sounds good.
Is Orza Odin's ward?
No, Orza was kind of recruited to sort of just document like everything, and since Odin was the one who sort of like adopted / forced her into everything. Oh my gosh, that's a beautiful, cute doggo back there.
Oh, this one? He's alright.
Look at this. Look at her ears.
Puppy.
Oh my goodness.
There's another one, smaller one. Oh, they're both there.
Oh,
It's a dog with
wow.
two heads.
There's one.
It's
This one.
a dog with two heads.
There's this one. The little baby
so,
one.
So small.
Yeah, this one's a puppy still. She's 4 months old.
Oh my gosh.
This one's just a big brute.
Got a big old family there.
They're the
That's
best
adorable.
kind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Look at that. Odin, you walk into the council. Everybody's just sort of going through either some paperwork or whatever. Yeah, I mean, I would say some of them are probably missing, doing their patrols and stuff. So not everybody's here, but you sort of walk in, and there is a line of people, and it's like, oh, man.
How long is this line gonna take?
Yeah.
Does this line look like it's moving? Is this DMV or
Slowly.
McDonald's?
I would say it's more like a DMV.
Oh, it's not great.
That's fine. You got all day, baby.
We're gonna hang out and just wait.
All right. Well, guess since we're just waiting, how's the adventure so far?
It's pretty sick.
I mean,
How's the
yesterday-
notes?
Tell me about it. There's so much diarrhea going on.
They're I mean, I think they're pretty good. But is that stuff of like yesterday? Is that normal?
Which part?
Just like
The
everything.
fish chips? Yeah, it's pretty normal.
No, before that. Sorry.
The supersized pants parachute thing, also normal.
Okay, she scribbles something down. Apparently that's normal. What do you? No, don't get me wrong. I love every moment of this, but I am just sort of scratching my head. Oh, like what's your end game here, Odin?
Isn't it obvious? We're here to take over the world. I mean, save the world.
I mean, that's fair, but I mean, if somebody just like asked me to sort of get up, leave everything, save the world, that's not, you know.
I don't know.
Oh, interesting. What is it? So, okay, were you? I know. I only know bits and pieces about how Odin came to be who he is. And of course there was that whole reawakening thing that we talked about. But what's and I also know about like his past and sort of how he was well, I know about it. You know about it. I don't know if you want to let the group know, but I'll just leave it at that. What was your childhood like? I'm curious to see where Odin got this sense of duty from, because I don't. That's. Yes, I said duty. Thank you.
Duty. There really isn't a whole lot of childhood to speak of. Just a bunch of travelers who all roamed. It was more of a village situation than like structured.
Sure.
There's not a home front or anything like that.
So then what, if that's the case, then like what happened? How did you go from just like a village, but oh my goodness, Jarius, what?
Dude, did you bring turtles?
Yeah. Turtle.
You are, I mean, I hear a lot of like static and stuff, but unless
he's in the swamp right now catching the turtle.
He's yeah. If you're speaking, we can't hear you, but it's just like a lot of.
He pocket called us.
He was on mobile real quick.
Maybe I know your is your connection like super bad?
He butt dialed.
Maybe. Oh, in any case, we literally can't hear you. So if you do want to interact, you should probably like type. Or I don't even know if you know. I mean, he's on the Roll20, so he must know that he's here. This is so okay. Well, this. Yeah, we don't hear you at all though. But I'm just gonna. Okay, I'm just gonna mute you. I don't actually know what's going on here. But yeah, if you're actually here, just type in chat or something. I don't really know what's going on.
He said that his butthole hurts and he's gonna take a bath.
Yes, that's exactly what he said. That's exactly what he said.
You hear it through the static. Looks like he muted himself though, so I think he.
I muted him.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah, I muted him. Where were we? Oh yeah. So if you were just a traveling band, like what? How did you get involved with this, like, war?
I'm pretty sure we never got involved with anything. Things get involved with us.
Yes, but I mean, you were enlisted or contracted or something.
Well, essentially what happened was, it wasn't a hippie camp necessarily, but we roamed, our clan roamed and took over places, essentially. And we essentially had a fatal battle in which I was captured, but pretty much that whole camp was wiped out. So this was like the means to get back into it. So
okay.
I have no existing clan left.
I see. Okay. So this is more of a, like, kind of like the whole idea, like, actually conquer the world, like, reestablish the whole, like, legit manifest destiny sort of thing going on.
Yeah.
Okay.
The point, everything that he knows is take over.
Oh, sure. No, I respect that. That's cool. I mean, that fits the whole, like, Viking-esque narrative very well, I have to say. So I totally am on board with that. Oh, and okay, and Jarius is gone. So I am wondering, do you say any of this to Orza, or you just sort of leave it at that whole saving the world thing?
I'm not gonna give her any information right now.
Okay.
All she really needs to know is what the group here has in mind, which is saving the world. But my goal is to leave a footprint everywhere we go, as much as humanly possible.
Okay, sounds good. And so the rest of the line is just sort of this weird, awkward silence. And you're at the front. Jeffem's at like just sort of the table. There's a huge stack of paper on there, and it's just like sitting in this giant pile. And he looks up and it's like, oh, hello. What's up? What's going on? I'm guessing you're here about some sort of financial issue.
Yeah.
I don't know if somebody like robbed you or whatever. Not, just this whole business.
Trust me, nobody robbed me.
Okay. What's going on? And he gets out a piece of paper, starts writing on it.
I am here to see about purchasing the tavern in town. Or if there are any other properties or businesses for sale.
That is not what I expected to hear. We do have some stipulations with regards to purchasing and establishing a business in Kars. It's a little old-fashioned, but we're just given how insular we are. We do require you to have some form of residency before you can start a shop.
And how do I become a resident here?
I mean, and if that's something you're interested in, we've got a whole lot of paperwork, and there's just some sort of legal matter here and there, but you just sort of sign out the lines, and you will of course need to purchase a property.
Can I just rent a property? Or do I actually need a homestead to become a resident?
No, that's fair. You could definitely look for a landlord and see if you could rent something out in that regard, but that would need to be and there would need to be some form of verification that you actually live in Kars. But
Sure.
if that's something okay?
Let's do it.
Well, I wouldn't. All right. Well, here I can get you a list of and he hands you a fat stack of people and their properties and their contact information, which is not. I don't actually know why that's
have
there.
A place that I'm going to rent, so I don't need any of that information. I just need to sign for residency.
Yes. So you'd need to talk to them, though, not to me.
I need to talk. Where?
You would need to.
Why do I have to talk
one?
Why do I have to talk to this stack of people?
No, the landlord. I don't own any of these property.
No, I understand that, but I already have a place. That's what I'm saying, sir.
Do you have verification? Do you have your residency card?
Are the renters gonna have that?
Yes. You should have been given one.
Huh. Interesting. Let me see what I got in my backpack here.
Okay.
And I'd like to pull out my crossbow.
Are you?
Oh,
Just kidding.
I was like, again? You remember you still don't have any ammos, right?
I know, that's the joke.
That's the okay. We're probably
It would
gonna
be
laugh.
really interesting if you pulled a gun on a council member who could probably kill you.
He wouldn't
I
do
think it's the
that.
first time he dies anyway. Pretty sure.
Sounds like
Yeah.
a challenge.
Pretty sure
He's
you know
like
what to
been there,
expect.
done that.
Yeah. Every time you tell Odin you can die, he's like,
So
yeah.
I'm gonna just go ahead and just sit on this guy's table because I have absolutely no manners. I'm gonna be like, hey, Orza, can you go and get Isarya for me? I'm just gonna hog this line.
Okay. She looks a little uncomfortable about it, but she just doesn't really object. She runs out, and Isarya, you feel a tugging on your clothes as you turn around, and Orz is like, Odin says he needs you at the council.
Is he in trouble?
I don't think so.
Okay. And I'm just gonna follow with her.
All right. Yeah, Odin, you're just sitting on the table, and people are getting kind of restless, and it's like, what's going on here? And you turn around and you see Orza running back, not running back, sort of just walking-ish back with Isarya.
What's going on?
Not much.
Moving past
I'm
this huge ass line.
Just trying to work with this gentleman here about getting my residency here in cars. You know that arrangement that we had set up with your parents and me renting from your parents? They were apparently supposed to give me a card. I didn't get that. Do you know anything about that?
Halden, and they're not on this list. They're not registered landlords.
I pay them. I live there.
Damn, maybe they're not real.
Okay, Odin, I need you to make a deception check. And I'm gonna roll insight.
Come on, rolls.
So, Isarya has no idea what he's talking about. But she's gonna
Yes.
keep a really straight face so that she doesn't ruin anything for him.
Alright. You rolled an 11. Let me go ahead and roll my, there it is. Okay, let me go ahead and roll insight.
Big oof.
Hey, wait, that's Ipa.
Yeah, I'm just using her stat block because they're all roughly, you know, I think I'll have to check in with them myself before moving forward with this. But you are more than welcome to come back once I get this situation sorted out. Because this is very not status quo.
No, I understand. I'll let you go ahead and do your legwork on that, and I'll be back in a couple hours. Does that give you enough time?
He sort of looks around, like, to the line. He says, "You might want to push that back to tomorrow, maybe."
All right, we can make that work. Then I'm gonna go ahead and start heading out.
Okay, sounds good. Isarya, you have no idea what just happened.
Sorry,
What's that?
I'm trying to buy some property here, but apparently I need to be a resident here. So I need to get a residency card.
There's actually, if I remember correctly, there is like 3 blocks away from mine that is either going for rent or for sale. You might want to look into that one. Nobody's lived in that one for years. I think it's haunted. At least that's what all the other kids used to say.
Okay. Who do I have to talk to look at that? Like, is there a for sale sign on it, or?
So there is a for sale sign. But Isarya, yeah, that thing has been on the property for a while.
Yeah.
For pretty much the reasons you stated.
I literally need like 2x2 space.
You
Just
just
like
need
a little
the
box.
certificate of you're a lord now in Switzerland.
Exactly. I would love to be a lord here in Cars. With my
Dude, I have
2x2.
written down Odin. I have written down Odin haunted house ?
I'd like to go and check out that house.
All right.
I'll tag along. Assuming you're coming back to the
my
group and telling us that you're gonna go check out this fucking haunted house,
Yeah, I mean,
right?
we're already kind of in that area, right? because it's right down the block from.
Okay. I will definitely go with you to slay some goats.
Me too.
Why not?
No, we I'm not saying no. I'm just trying to. My mind's racing because like.
Find a map of a dingy house real quick. Plop it on there. We're doing this. Improv. Let's go.
Yeah. It's just like I'm just trying to like justify because I said Eragon wait because going to the Curse Woods is a thing. It's a big thing. Is this going to be equally a big thing, or is this just going to be like?
We're derailing fast.
I just want to be fair. I just want to be fair because like.
Right, so is this going to be like a whole separate like haunted house adventure, or
yeah,
is this
like
we're going to look and then leave?
Like a house of mirrors? Or is it like an actual haunted house?
So
Like jump scares.
I'd like to look through this paper book real quick. Is there does it hold a list of like properties by cost?
No, unfortunately.
An Excel file that we can sort and filter through?
No. Because somebody didn't think that somebody was going to attempt to purchase property in cars and then decided to BS things that are now canon.
How else do you build an empire? You gotta start by buying everything.
Yeah.
By somebody, I mean me.
Business 101.
Gotta spend money to make money.
That's right.
Listen, let me do this. I'm gonna run through everybody else, make sure if they have something short that they want to do. And then we're gonna take a break, and I'll see if I can quickly plan out both your thing and Eragon's thing. Okay?
Yeah.
Just to be fair.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
I have that written down. Ganondorf, Galadriel, Eragon, Koi, and Danger. Do you? Oh, Danger's at the baths. So
Yeah, I'm taking a bath. Well,
yeah,
maybe I'll find
And-
something.
and I guess Wheelie as well, even though you're kind of in a weird spot. Do any of you have like something you want to do that's quick and maybe doesn't require me to plan out a small side quest to accomplish your goals?
Nah,
No,
I don't know.
I'm also taking a bath.
Okay,
Because
in the same
poop.
place.
Didn't we go to that bathhouse before? No, wait, no,
Yes.
that was the creepy
We rode in
bathhouse.
on
Never mind.
bees.
We've
Yes,
never
that
been to
was
that
that
one
was
before.
that was in Brazili. This one's the new
Oh.
one.
Okay, well, hopefully there's
This
no
one's
creepy this time.
There's
Well, there's
not.
me.
It's a public bath.
What? Okay. I mean, that doesn't mean there's no creepy.
Yeah, I'm there.
Oh.
Yeah.
The creep's there. Gotcha.
Yep.
Is
I'm creeping
there?
in the bath.
The water around Pog is bubbling, and people are just kind of like giving him a wide berth.
No, I'm doing the submarine tactic.
What?
Oh, so you're underwater?
Oh yeah, I'm looking for stuff.
Stuff.
Stuff, please.
That's
It's looking for
incredibly
stuff.
creepy.
Well, Dwarf Pog was disappointed by the, his initial plan, so he's looking around,
Okay, well, I guess Wheelie, Flinty, and Pog are in the baths, and you just sort of watch him go underneath and look for things.
Yeah, maybe I'll find a treasure.
I'm gonna observe him doing this. I'm gonna cast minor illusion and like make a little
I
treasure
hope that
box.
it's gonna help me hide or something.
No, make a little treasure box, like for him
Wait,
to
don't!
find.
Oh man, next time you do this, don't tell. Just whisper. Man,
Oh, well.
that would have been so good. Find a treasure, and then
my
there's a note.
gosh.
Get fucked, Flinty.
Oh, dude.
It would have been good, but it's too late. Now I know.
Nah, just think of it. Let's pretend. Just pretend. Does Pog
Can't
recognize this
pretend.
treasure?
Alright,
box?
I'm gonna,
Pog
alright, I'm gonna
doesn't.
look. I'm gonna pretend.
Sam.
I'm gonna look in the water.
Yeah, no.
Searching
Pog,
for round, soft objects.
Okay. Yeah, okay, people are like running out of the bath now. But Pog, okay, so Yeah, there's so it's a couple of there's just like a treasure box, but there's also like loose change and like some rings that are down there.
Mm-hmm.
You do anything?
Wait, so I'm assuming there's a place here where people have left potentially things behind, right? Is there like a drain for the public? Not a drain necessarily, but like a filtration system for this pool.
Yeah, sure.
If I was to say, look in that filtration, actually, I don't know what to do.
Dude, you started this.
At first I was like, wait, there's definitely people that have left some treasures behind, but then the more I'm thinking, those treasures are probably just gonna be like a swimming suit.
Okay.
Or like, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, you're searching around, and you turn around, Pog, and
Okay.
there is a pair of extremely hairy and extremely sexy dwarf legs.
What? Damn. Wait, there's no female dwarf.
I don't think he
mighty
gendered
of you
them.
to assume.
Yeah, I think he didn't gender the legs.
There's only one way to
There's
find out.
some sexy hairy legs there.
You know what? I'm gonna surface. And I'm gonna say, well, hello there.
Okay, you come up above the water, and there's nobody there.
Yikes. Wait, nobody?
Yep,
I'm
there's
gonna go
nobody
back underwater,
there.
check if the legs are back.
The legs are, yep.
What the fuck?
The only person that's still in the baths are you, Flinty, and Wheelie, and this mysterious pair of legs.
Damn, am I getting pranked?
I don't know, man. Are
It's your
you?
illusion.
I'm
Touch him. Reach out and touch him. See if you can.
gonna try to
get
touch the leg.
legs.
Touch them in a sense, I mean, rub them.
Okay.
I'm going full horny or nothing.
He's gonna try to lick the toes.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No! No. As soon as you touch them, they disappear.
What?
Oh.
This is disappointing.
Josie nope right out of that real quick. It's gone, it's all gone.
No.
You try to do something nasty, and it just disappears. It doesn't exist. It's gone now.
It's now gone.
No, I assure you there's a very good reason why they disappear as soon as he touches them. Also, as you surface, though, there's a couple of like guards that are like, "Sir, we're gonna have to ask you to stop doing whatever it is you're doing.
But the legs, they were legs.
You are making people very uncomfortable."
Damn. I guess I'll never see those legs again.
Sir?
Alright, fine.
Okay.
Probably gonna start behaving in the stupid ass bath.
Okay. Glad we resolved that situation.
Is there
Okay.
a like a supply store that has fishing supplies in
Yes, there was one.
town? Was
It
Maybe.
was run by Fishy.
Oh man.
so it's abandoned.
Oh my god.
It's for sale.
Can I buy it?
I wouldn't say it's abandoned. I mean, he knew a couple of family members that are sort of getting affairs in order, but there existed a fishing shop at some point, yes.
Can we go talk to his family?
I want to go to this fishing stop. I gotta get some new supplies.
Okay, yeah, you can totally talk to his family. I believe it is literally the day of the funeral in the game. So you walk up to a bunch of people that are they're sort of wearing their mourning clothing, mourning with a U. And they're just sort of like standing outside of his shop and just like hanging out, talking to each other, shooting the breeze.
I'm gonna go up to them and just. Is anyone taking over the shop or anyone doing anything with the fish shop now? Who's gonna be in charge of it going forward? I guess.
Jarius, I'm so sorry I missed your message. I was looking at the yeah, I don't have the Discord chat pulled up. I'm looking at the in-game. I'm so sorry I missed your message. I apologize. I'm sorry. That was my B. But there was for a brief moment, Pog, a laser pointer on the treasure chest underneath the baths during that whole fiasco.
What?
Yeah, there was like a little red dot that was just kind of hovering over it. I'm so sorry, Jarius. I missed that. Okay, so these two fellows, they actually Odin, as they see you approach, they hold up the slabs of fish you threw at them. Yeah. What's going on there, kinsman? They're talking to you now, Ganondorf.
Who is after this unfortunate incident, who is going to be in charge of the fishing store going forward?
It's sort of a hard question to answer logistically because he didn't really write a will. Yeah, I mean, we were just sort of thinking of taking everything and just sort of selling it off and then closing it for good.
Would you be willing to let me kind of man the store? I happen to be a pretty avid fisherman, so I could probably help you run the manage the store and give you a percentage of whatever.
Were you the one who caught where this came from?
Yeah.
Roll persuasion with advantage.
The persuasion?
Yes, with advantage. 14. Okay, with a 14, I'll tell you what. Sounds like you know your way around a fishing pole, but we don't know you. I think you know what? How about this? The next time you're out there, they speak of a legendary fish. I am setting up side quest after side quest.
Yeah, you are. We're never gonna story.
Which I'm totally cool with. I'm totally cool for this. If this is something you're interested in, I'm gonna need you to demonstrate your skill again for me. Bring me the most impressive thing you catch, and we'll talk from there.
Oh, I can do that for you. I'd like to get updated equipment. I have a very basic fishing tackle box. Not very much different variety in lures. I have a couple generic basic lures. I'd like to get
I understand that.
Kind of like a ocean lure, a river lure, a lake lure, something to help with that.
While you're here, we could sell you some of that if you'd want.
Yeah, definitely. That would help.
All right. I think if you're buying an assortment of, so they bring out a box that is filled with a lot of very creative lures. There's one that looks like it's got like feathers off of it. There's one that's just like worm shaped. They got those that are like smaller fish shaped. It looks like that they were like handcrafted or whatever, made with great care. And they're sort of looking at it like, damn. He did some good work when he was still with us. Listen, you seem like you know what you're doing. I'll cut you a deal for this one. For this set, how does 100 sound?
I'll do 100.
Alright. Let's shake on it.
Shake his hand.
Alright, there was a buzzer on his hand. Just kidding.
God.
Got you there. Ha. But Ganondorf, you have advantage on strength checks when it comes to fishing.
Oh.
Because you now have a better selection of lures to select from that are better suited for the task. So
I added
there you go.
I just generic item. I added advanced fishing lures into my
Yeah, that's fine.
inventory. You said advantage on strength checks from fishing.
Yes, for fishing specifically. All right. Let me go ahead and it's in here real quick.
All right, and then
Don't yeah.
you have like any live bait, worms, worms or something like that?
Yeah, no, we got some of that. They may not be the most alive since he likes to harvest them daily, and well, he couldn't do that, but we can take a look in the back. And these, yeah, they bring out a bucket, and they're sort of like, how much you want? You can have these. They're probably gonna die pretty soon, but I don't know if you just want to be looking around like a bucket of worms.
I don't need like a 5-gallon bucket, 'cause I don't really need that much, but like a small 8-ounce cup of worms I can put in a pocket or something.
Yeah, I got you. You could put that in your pocket.
I'm just gonna
I'll have a backpack.
whisper over to Ganondorf, be like, they're gonna die anyways. Just take it.
All right, yeah, I'll take the 5-gallon bucket of.
All right.
Fucking.
We'll go and set them free or something. Jeez.
What is the? We say they're gonna die in 3 days.
How long do mealworms last?
I have no
Please.
idea. That's out of my realm of knowledge by a far shot.
We do have a cleric. Maybe he can
revivify on the mealworm.
My God.
Hey, Pog, we need you to cast revivify on each of these worms, please.
A bucket of worms.
Can only cast it 4 times.
That's the rest in between or something.
All right. Well, Google says that mealworms can live for over 2 years, but that's just not. We'll say they last for 3 days.
Okay.
Let's go with that.
Note that down.
Okay. Does anybody else have something they want to do? Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take a break. I'm gonna see which one of these side quests I can really quickly come up with a plotline first. There's no bias here, I promise. I mean, you can believe what you want. But yeah, let's go ahead and take a break. Give me some time to think about one of these. And if you want to buy stuff, of course, you can totally do that. You're in the city. Let's reconvene in 10-15 minutes.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right, let's see if this works. Welcome back.
Did they end up Isarya or Flint? No, it's Flinty. Did Flinty end up taking any health potions from me yesterday? I don't
She
remember.
took it
No,
off like Odin.
I took one from Odin. I think I took one from Isarya.
Okay, so I still have mine.
I think you took 2 from Isarya because somebody got 2 bottles jammed down them.
And one of them was my bottle. I used 2 of
That's
my
good.
potions. Yeah.
I still have 4, so I'm. Yeah, Odin, make sure you buy some crossbows.
Actually, it's probably best if he doesn't. Right?
Considering how much of a trigger finger this guy has.
Yeah. Because if he doesn't have any bolts, then we don't have any trouble.
I
I'm
mean,
not buying crossbow bolts. What the hell are you thinking, man?
I mean, I can,
Oh, really?
I can just loan you some.
It's no. It's literally my little my prank. If I actually want to kill something, I'll use my regular bow, man. Why would I have a crossbow?
I thought it was not planned when it happened last time.
No, that was completely planned.
Hmm.
I have a bow and I have arrows from a
Oh.
bow. If I want to pretend like I'm going to shoot somebody.
Wait, so you bought a crossbow just to pull pranks on? I respect that.
Yeah. Actually, I don't think I bought it. I think I snagged it or something for somebody. But yeah,
probably found
kept it
one
around.
adventures.
Yeah, I kept it around because it's fun.
It really is.
Nice.
All right, I have yeah, you got the Assassin's Idol animation, whatever the heck it is.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I have stuff set up for all 3 of your scenarios, so I'll leave it up to the party what they want to do.
Roll a d20.
So
I
one of
suppose
them
first-
was
It's more than just roll a d20.
Well, they'll decide whose we
Oh,
go
I see.
with.
What's up, Platypus?
so one of them is
Adrian.
go in the forest, talk to some plants for a while.
Well,
It's
one
a
of them is
cursed
navigating
forest.
the curse woods. Yeah, it'll
And-
be potentially dangerous.
Well, somebody has a very special axe that is a tree murderer in one
But
hit.
why you gotta be bringing that up? I want
She's
people
gonna save the
to
charge.
forget about it. And then I'm gonna Valheim some things.
Valheim. We're gonna make a log house in the middle of this cursed forest.
Yeah,
Sounds-
so just to go over the list, I have Eragon plant army, so going to the curse woods to help Eragon with his thing. There's the whole investigating this weird creepy house, and then there's this Ganondorf is gonna catch something real impressive thing.
I mean, I don't mind putting my quest off, though.
So
Yeah,
We
I
can go
don't
with
mind
that.
putting his quest off either.
Alright, buddy. I'll remember this.
So I was
Bitch.
suggesting that we roll a
I'm
d20.
trolling, I'll go to the woods, I don't care.
Basically, whoever has the highest d20 roll, we'd go with that one first.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
two ways to do it. We could do it by dice roll, or we could do it by you talking and convincing people. But that's up to you. I'll leave it up to you guys.
We can do the dice roll, yeah.
I've sealed.
No, I don't
my
want to
fate.
roll a die. I'm
No, you
giving
have
it
to.
Eragon.
Alright, Eragon
Dude.
it is.
I'm gonna roll like a freaking 19, and I'm never gonna see another 19 again.
Oh yeah, right.
I'm going straight superstitious with this one.
Just roll, come on. It'll be fun.
Roll.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Alright.
Alright, there we
All
go.
right.
A
Looks
good
like we're going to the
burner
curse
roll.
woods.
Yep.
Yep.
Is everyone back?
That's how statistics works, right, guys?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Is everyone back?
If you're not back, say I.
Anyone who's not here,
Isarya and
speak
Flinty
up.
said they bought stuff, but
I guess that's
Okay.
everyone then. Dynasty's back, Koi's back, Ryan's back, us 3 are back.
okay. Oh, I guess Orzo's gonna come along. Wheelie's just gonna not exist. All right, here we go. You guys decide, sort of maybe against Isarya's advice, to head off to the Curse Woods. So let's do that. So this is definitely, so you sort of walk into the forest that's like behind her house, and after maybe roughly 2-ish miles, the foliage starts to get much thicker, and the paths sort of become lost. It's just like you are deep in shrubbery at this point. Yeah, let me see if I can get some better music for this. Boat. Excuse me. That one's loud. Maybe we'll just go for it. I'll just turn down the volume, but that's way too loud. All right, but Eragon, why don't you go ahead and explain to your party exactly what you're trying to do?
Alright, guys. So, ever since I got this, the staff, I've been able to, once a day, I can, channel energy to, Takes a while. Takes 8 hours, but I can basically make any huge or smaller beast or plant into having, or later to being sentient. So I can make plant walk. Isn't that cool?
That's pretty neat. I'm also really glad that we're doing it on plants and not beasts. Just saying.
Yeah, I was thinking about it, but I thought, how wouldn't it be cool for plants to walk?
It'd be like, yeah, that would be pretty sweet.
So do you have to like pick it out of the ground and then take it so you can be with it for 8 hours, or do you have to have it come out of the ground itself to be?
I just need to be able to touch it for 8 hours.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like the idea of spending 8 hours in here.
Maybe we should pitch a tent over top of the plants. Okay, what plants are we looking to do? Is it like a big plant or a small plant?
Well, I don't really know. See, that's why I was asking about Isarya, like what kind of plants are in these woods. Because I was thinking, you know, like a tree. A tree seems pretty good. I mean, looking at the looking at our surroundings, it looks kind of dead. Everything.
There are definitely trees, though. Yep.
So yeah, I thought maybe trees can be strong in combat too.
Laughs. Laughs
Okay.
and rail splitter.
All right.
Well, maybe we should just walk around and see if you find something that catches your eye.
Yeah, it's kind of taboo to come into this part of the woods. So I haven't personally been in here. Well, for one,
As you say why, you look up and there is just a huge murder of crows that seems to have been startled by something as they fly overhead out into the distance. There's literally hundreds of them.
This is a good sign, guys. The gods are with us.
I didn't know crows were a group of crows are called murder. Pretty cool.
This has been Bird Facts of Josie.
What was that?
The only one I know.
Did you guys hear those birds?
A long time ago, this place used to be home to like a really powerful lich. I don't think he's here anymore. But the earth and the trees and stuff did not recover from whatever he left and was doing. So honestly, I don't know what we're gonna find because I haven't been in here.
Is he the reason why everything looks dead?
Yeah.
Do you know what happened to the lich? Because they can't.
They say that they said that he was destroyed.
Okay, that's reassuring, I guess.
It's pretty lit.
That was very good. Yeah, there's weird noises, weird like croaking sounds and stuff. Ground's all mushy. Not easy to walk in at all, I would say.
The ground is mushy like the dog?
That's mochi.
Mochi.
Common misconception.
Both are mildly mushy, though.
Thousands of dogs make up this floor.
Oh no.
Just kidding, I don't know.
Well, it is your town. Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to get a better, because Eragon, are you just like walking around looking for suitable trees or something?
Well, I mean, I don't think I could do this on dead plants, not gonna lie. Or at least I don't feel like that would make sense. So
well, it's not like the whole forest. Like some of it's like sporadic, right? But
right. Plus, I think
you may need to travel a little bit.
you are a druid, so I feel like you can probably get an idea of what tree is. Yeah, I do think when you let.
What do you mean by
notice this
kind
though-
of a druid?
No, since
I have an
he's a
idea,
druid-
guys.
Yeah, since he's a druid, you can definitely get an idea of what tree is like alive and not. But I think what Isarya says is correct. You would have to probably travel a little bit. I think Ors is like, I just don't really know why we couldn't have stayed in town and done this.
Okay, so we just walk in? Like, do we have any sort of direction?
Mm-mm.
I'm kind of curious. So you're able to talk with animals or plants, right?
Oh my god, you're right.
Can you just like hear, like, see if there's like murmurings of trees or something talking with each other or some shit? I mean, it's a forest, so I would imagine that this is like the epicenter. And there would be some kind of conversations, right? Or do plants not talk with each other? I don't know how this works.
Okay, let's see. I have this spell right here. Let's see, let me pull it up. Aha!
Oh, well, there you go.
Fancy.
That's incredibly specific, but incredibly convenient.
Didn't even realize I had this spell. Alright. I was thinking a nice willow. Like, what do you guys think?
Willows
Yeah,
are cool.
Willow.
Wait, out of
Willow?
I'm cool with that.
Out of
That's
character.
honestly setting appropriate.
How many charges does the staff have though?
Total. Recharges every day. I think like 1d6 plus something.
So
Yeah.
I mean, I guess
It's been 2 days, so I assume like it's fully charged.
what's the max
Yeah.
though? 5?
10.
Oh, 10's the okay. I was like, well, make sure you can do both.
Yeah, no, there's 7 charges for
I
each.
was like, don't
or
burn
7
it
charges
just so you
total.
can fucking talk to a plant and not be able to do it.
Amazing.
Yeah, I was like, please
You
don't.
finish
Alright,
the end of
sorry.
this and it's like, alright. Now we're just like, no, that's totally fine. I also think like that's totally something you could probably speak in game, honestly, because like, yeah, it's a staff. You know how staffs work. They have a battery, right? Alright, well,
Alright, I'm gonna
alright,
twirl my
you look
staff.
yeah, you look for a nice hardy willow. So you are probably going to within 5 miles. Okay. It's like maybe like yeah. So you know the direction. It's further outwards from the city. You're gonna have to probably trek maybe like definitely not too far, like maybe like another 1.5 miles.
Okay, sweet. Let's go, guys.
All right. With Eragon leading the way, you guys walk through the dense shrubbery. A lot of bugs, a lot of foul-smelling things.
I'd like to ready in action
Okay.
to attack anything that decides to try and attack Eragon first.
Okay.
I'm gonna stand in
Sounds
the middle of the party and just kind of keep my eyes out and just look around.
That totally works. You guys are more than welcome to move your characters, by the way. All right. So, what's their deal here? As you're walking, you hear the sound, like, you hear, like, scorching sounds, as if, like, things were sort of, like, moving up, as if 2 large-ish feet are sort of moving about in the mud. And, you sort of turn in that direction,
They're not the
and...
beats I saw in the pools, right?
Say that again?
Are they the same feet? Do I recognize the feet?
No, you don't.
Yikes.
They're not the same feet.
It's fine. Keep going.
But
You never know, Jordan. You never know.
I'm going. I'm just. You see some rather large humanoid frog-like creatures that are sort of just mucking about. They're just kind of existing, I guess. What do you do?
Humanoid frog creatures? Ew.
Yeah, they're I can get you. Why don't I go ahead and get you?
Can I speak with them?
So the ones that you see directly, you see. Where's my list here? Okay. You see two very large blue dudes that are just like stomping about. And you also see a red dude. And they're like sort of like lifting up logs and stones and whatever, just kind of turning them over, sniffing them,
They're
chucking
licking.
mud around. So you're still like, they haven't taken notice of you yet.
I crouch and sneak.
You may attempt to sneak, yes. You can go ahead and roll stealth.
I do not want.
Like a group stealth check?
It depends on what you guys want to do.
Well, they don't seem threatening at the. They're just trying to like look for food or something. They're just turning over rocks and stuff.
You know what, Ganondorf, you have danger sense, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
It does, yeah.
These guys are very hungry.
Same.
Oh my god, me too.
Odin, you got some fish chips, right?
I do.
You fucking chuck some out of the way of our path. Make them chase some fish chips out of our way so we can keep going.
Alright, I'm gonna throw my fish chips.
Not all of them.
I'm out of fish chips now.
Oh! No! I didn't even get to have any of my fish.
Sorry, man.
Alright,
They're gone.
rough life.
We'll have to catch another one.
Catch a fish, get no fish.
You're just chucking them. You're not even trying to do it sneakily. You're just chucking them out there.
Correct.
All right,
I'm literally just.
Yeah, you just you chuck your fish. You chuck your slices of fish. And all three of them, as soon as the first one sort of like slaps into the ground, they stop what they're doing and they look straight at the fish chips, and all three of them like run over and just start devouring them. And like it's gone in like literal seconds. And then they turn to the source of the fishy smell, and they turn to you, and you can see some saliva coming out of their mouths.
This is your fault.
They just activated my trap card.
Why don't we go ahead and roll for initiative here?
Before that, can I cast Wall of Fire and surround them? With the Wall of Fire?
Make a dexterity check to see how quickly you reacted.
I have advantage on dex check. I ring up sweet flips.
I feel like that only applies to checks that require like, you know.
Oh,
This is like a reaction thing. This is like a reaction thing.
14.
With a 14, how fast do these guys move?
Best.
14's not. Yeah, no. Well, 14's not.
Did you
gonna
see
do
how
it.
fast they scarf down those chips, man?
I don't think you're gonna get a surprise round. Not with that. Although, just for future reference, you could totally prepare an action in the future. But why don't
Someone
we go
did,
ahead?
though, didn't Odin?
I did.
Odin did. He
On an
prepared for the first person that would
attack
attack Eragon.
Yeah.
Why don't we go ahead and roll for initiative, though?
I guess I should
It's gonna
have.
be kind of funky, but there's no grid. But also,
Yeah.
there's not really a map. So, but we'll do Theater of the Mind style.
So I messed up and I didn't click advantage before I rolled initiative. So I need to have
Just roll it again.
Well, I did. I rolled it twice, but it took the lower
Oh.
one instead
I
of keeping
see.
the higher one.
I got you.
Sorry. I'm new to this.
Nah, that's fine. So we need
It shows.
we need a Pog and Galadriel.
Yeah, I need 1 sec.
Hey, why don't you guys move into whatever appropriate battle position it is? Again, positioning's kind of weird because Theater of the Mind, but go ahead and move into formation because you were walking in that formation before this whole thing started.
Galadriel's here, but she's on a. Oh, real quick.
Yeah, that's no problem. And then, does this work? I do this.
Why did they roll so high? Their natural initiative. Or did they just have really good rolls?
Let's see. Their rolls are. I can check their dexterity modifiers real quick. The blue ones have. Actually, I don't know if I should tell you, but yeah, they have positive dexterity.
Oh, do they? Good. You must roll pretty high, anyways, because one got a 20.
Yeah. All right. I think everybody's in here. Yeah.
I can't do it yet. I fucked up my browser. 1 sec.
Oh.
Well, if you can roll for me, actually, that would be the best. But if you
do
can,
that.
I'll just roll as soon as I fix this
Oh,
bullshit.
no, I got you.
Jeez.
Oh wow, you beat them all.
That looks so
Well,
cool.
Paul, you better fix it fast because you rolled first.
Yeah, I got it. Okay. I think. Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
Wait, I'm
Oh.
first?
You are first.
Damn, okay. That's gonna be easy then. Well, no, it's not gonna be easy. I'm gonna move a little bit.
Yes. Again, movement's kind of weird because it's just.
Yeah, it's fine, Norris.
You're within range. It's fine. We'll do it. Yeah.
You know what I'm doing. Fuck!
Okay.
Oh, actually, no, it's not bad. If you think it's the best and the worst I could possibly get.
So
So,
completely
19
average.
radiant damage to all of them. At the very least, attempting to make. Yeah.
He didn't. That wasn't an ability check. So that doesn't count as a crit fail.
No,
That
yeah,
would-
if I roll like
yeah.
Fireball and one of the dice is a 1, I don't lose my pants. It's more complex than that.
Yeah.
Corey.
That
You just
would
want
be
me to lose
very
my pants.
unfortunate.
Fuck.
All right. Wisdom saving throws. And I believe I have to beat a 15.
Indeed, yes.
Ooh. That
Yeah,
is
so
not
they-
looking good. All right.
11 plus 8 radiant damage, so 19 radiant damage.
Yes. Excellent. A fiery fist of Ra bakes these froggos. These are slods, by the way. You know what, Pog? With that, I think you hear a grunt as another one sort of materializes or seems to decloak.
I also dissipate any magical darkness. That's mainly what I was going for. Since they're like haunted wood, I figured maybe there's some haunted spells. If that makes any sense.
You know what? I'll let you go for that. I'll say that this immediate area within this radius is
Like
now
the fog might
illuminated.
dissipate or
Yeah.
you know.
I'm cool with that. That sounds good. All right. Eh.
So seeing as I hit them and it did damage, I guess I'll summon my dildo. Give me 1 sec. But I would like to cast it at a higher level, so I don't think it changed anything, but let's give it a go.
I'm pretty sure it does more damage.
Yeah, it's just I don't think it changes for the. There we go. It doesn't change for the D&D like menu thing. There we go. So yeah, okay. So that's my dildo. Oops, where is it? There we go. So I'm gonna try to
Okay.
whack at this guy, Mr. Green.
14. All right. Yes, you materialize your spiritual weapon, and it just kind of whaps across it whaps across its belly, and bounces off.
Across his belly. Okay, I'll take that.
Yeah.
Does it hit or does it not hit?
It does not do damage.
It does not hit. Correct. Well, then that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Eragon, next up is you. You are at full health and have all your resources, by the way, because you took a long rest. So just so you know.
Okay.
So just to give you an idea of what you're going up against, you got 2 blue slots that look sort of brutish. They've got they get like a sort of Wolverine situation going on with their hands. Like they have normal fingers, and then they got like bone claws jutting out the top of them. This red one, less bulky, I guess, but more actual clawy. And the green one is holding a staff.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to use Conjure Animal and summon a Rhinoceros.
Okay.
You always pick the best animals, honestly. Like,
All right,
I know, this is
that's
such a
gonna
fun
be-
skill, actually.
yeah,
That's
definitely.
actually, yeah, it is. That's gonna be a 1 rhinoceros, I guess. All right, here we go. I'm just gonna stick it next to Pog.
Okay, sure. There's more chance I get rammed by dumb shit.
Here we go. Let's. All right, let me give you control of this real quick. Okay, Eragon. Nope, not Eragon. Ryan C. I keep forgetting that. And the last thing I need to do is... Okay, there we go. You've conjured your rhinoceros.
Sweet. And then I also want to transform into a Rhinoceros. That's my bonus action.
Okay, sounds good. If it's okay with you, I'm just gonna have the rhinoceros move on your turn, so I don't have to roll a second initiative.
Oh, sure.
I think for summons, I might just do that instead, just so things are easier.
Okay.
You burst out of the middle of the group, and you push Odin and Ganondorf outwards as you morph yourself into another rhinoceros.
Sweet.
There you go.
Okay. Yep. And my turn there.
Okay. Next up is one of the blue slots who just kind of sees this giant like meat being materialize in front of him, and is gonna just run up to this conjured rhinoceros and hit it and start biting out of it.
Oh my god.
Let's see here. The rhinoceros has an AC of 11. What? Really?
That good or
Dang.
bad?
That's very low. Okay, well then, all 3 of those are gonna hit.
Well,
All right, minus 12. Minus your conjured rhino is just straight up not having a good time. He's like, dude, I don't know why you put me here, but I am actually straight up not having a good time. Yeah. And then, yeah, those other effects are nothing, because of that. And Pog, you see some of the burns that you've given the Slod sort of heal over as the Slod regains 10 hit points.
Oh shit. Okay. I'm gonna tell the group, hey guys, they're healing back. Or, yeah. I'll tell the group. You gotta kill them fast.
so focus fire. Oh wait, I can't speak. I stomp in agreement.
You can just go.
Burn strats, boys. I'm gonna charge this one.
Yes, go for it.
And I am going to swing my rail splitter.
Ooh, yes, 20. That is definitely going to hit.
And then I'm going to shield bash.
Okay, strength competition. It has resisted your shield bash. You cut into the Slod's arm as it's sort of like mid-devouring this magical rhinoceros. And seeing your hit connect, you really quickly ram your shield into him. It looks unfazed as it stares at you.
I'm going to swing at it again.
16. That's going to do it. 5 slashing.
And then I'm going to action surge to swing again.
Okay. Dude, where were these rolls? 8 slashing, very good. Go ahead and make your second attack. Alright, Odin just went in all battle frenzy like with his rail splitter and shield, and 4 quick succession cuts right through this creature. And it sort of cries out in pain. What else would you like to do?
That is going to be my turn. Sorry.
Okay. Sounds good. It is the other slot's turn, who's going to beeline for the nearest source of food and start whacking at you, Pog.
I'm gonna flare this motherfucker.
Okay, so disadvantage on all of its attacks.
Oh, for one turn. Unless it does additional attack
Yes.
or additional...
Yes, for all of the attacks this turn.
Yeah. Close, but not quite. Oh, very close. Damn, this guy clapped pretty hard.
Yeah, it's as it runs up to you, you unleash your flare, and it covers its eye with one hand as the other one sort of swipes wildly. But it swings way too high. You sort of manage to duck underneath all of the attacks as it is blinded. Okay, that's gonna be the and it heals for 10 HP. Alrighty, Ganondorf.
Alright, I'm going to start out by using my bonus action, go enraged.
Sounds good.
And I am up between these two ding-dongs. Going to target this one Odin's attacking.
Alright, you got advantage, sir.
And I'm going to recklessly attack for this turn. I'll use my Sword of
To
Sharpness.
advantage. Yep.
I need to
Roll
roll
one more time.
one more. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so that is 8 slashing as you run in and jab this with your Sword of Sharpness.
Alright, and then I'm going to switch to my Great Axe and hit it again for an extra attack.
Okay.
There we go.
There you go. You're not going to roll better than a crit. Alright, that is
26, 27, 28.
28 slashing. Yes. Yeah, you run in, stab this slot in the stomach with your Sword of Sharpness, and as you draw it out, you raise your Great Axe and just like cleave right down the open wound you just made. You get a nice meaty flap hanging off.
Nice.
Oh, yes, that is the sound.
That is going to be my turn.
Okay. Next up is the green slot, who is holding the staff. And you hear it, like, yell something in a language you don't quite understand as it points at Ganondorf.
I don't know what the hell you said.
see 2 flame balls. Oh, I guess it has advantage now that I think about it. So
Doesn't
it?
Oh yeah.
Because of reckless.
Reckless. Got it.
Yeah. So we will. Let's see.
It would both
the first
hit
one
then.
hits. The first one hits for 6 fire. The second one's gonna hit for 20.
So 3 and 10, 13.
Yes, 13 total. As you are bombarded with fireballs that came out of this slot staff.
Feels so injured.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
This again. And you see the burns also start to dissipate as this slot heals. All right, Flinty.
I want to shoot the one that we've been attacking. This one.
Yep. Sounds
With my
good.
musket.
Yes, and you've got
well, bam.
see now. Uh-oh.
No.
That's unfortunate.
Oh my god.
Feels
Galadriel and I are in
that.
front of her.
Well, no, it's not a nat 1. I'm not gonna do that to you, but you maybe a little excitedly unleash your musket. You're like, man, I finally get to play with my new toy in training. And it just goes off by quite a lot, but you do seem to startle some of them. And the two, like one of the big ones sort of like turns around and yells something else in this strange language, and the other one seems to be rebuking him.
That'll be my turn.
Okay. Next up is the red slod, who, after the green one sort of yelled out whatever it was it yelled out, sort of nods and just beelines towards you, Ganondorf.
Don't hurt me, bro.
So it's got advantage
Sure
on
does.
its 3 attacks. Dang, man, these things have cool effects. All right. It's gonna swipe at you twice with its claws, and it's gonna try and bite you.
Hits. Not hit.
Does not hit. Okay. So you take 3 and then 4 piercing, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Normal, right?
Yes, just normal. But I need you to make 2 of those.
Good.
Okay, yes. So as this thing runs up to you and basically like just sort of double jams its 2 claws into your body, you feel something trying to worm its way into your bloodstream, and you're like, I don't want any of that.
That was.
And
Sorry, that was
What's
16 damage, right? Halved? So 8 damage? 7 and 9?
well, we do just do the 3 and then 4 individually. So
Oh.
yeah, so you just take 3 and minus 4, so 7, because you have each individual one, not the total.
Gotcha. Alright, sorry.
Yeah. I like to imagine you sort of just like tighten, like you sort of just like flex really hard where you were hit, and like the blood sort of forces out whatever it was trying to inject into your bloodstream.
It's like a.
Okay.
Oh, it's like a disease thing. I see it now.
Mhm.
Is it like poison? Or is it just
it's
disease?
basically like a chest burster sort of thing.
Oh, disgusting.
Yeah.
That's cool. Okay.
All right, Isarya, it is your turn.
So I kind of noticed that this green frog is commanding these other guys, so I am gonna cast a fireball on it. Try not to. Nope, I won't hit Ganondorf, but I will hit the red guy and him.
Yeah, that works. I think there's definitely a way for you to do that.
Honestly, every single time on a fireball, he's like fireball me. So I don't know.
Just fucking send
Like
it.
nuke me.
Get them all. Okay with that.
And I will be casting it at level 3.
Okay. Oh, that's a good
Ooh.
roll. Dang.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
That's a
Is that a fat
spicy.
fireball?
That's a spicy
Spicy
meatball.
fire.
Whoops, shouldn't have advantage, but it rolled a 2 in any case on that one. And this guy.
Damn.
Okay.
But he still gets half, so it's okay.
Yes. The green one also has advantage on saving throws for magical spells. Not that it matters, but... okay. Oh, actually, they all do. Huh. Well, the red one rolled twice, and it failed both times, so the red one's gonna take 34 damage as you hurl this fireball, and... Oh, wait, hold on. I got that thing. Oh, it's gone. I thought I had a fire... I thought I had a sound effect for it. Whatever. Okay. And the green one takes 17 as they both sort of yell out in pain. The green one seemed to have been channeling some sort of like maybe protective barrier around itself, but it was just a little bit too slow before the fireball contacted it, so it was able to sort of like protect half of the damage.
Okay. Interesting. I'm gonna stay where I am, and that will be it.
Okay, very good. Yeah. One of them says, "Poor Galenway," or something. I don't know what their voices are. Alright, well next up is
probably just do like
Galadriel.
barber.
Zamaj just says stuff, right? Like
Galadriel. So
okay.
I don't know how to play her character. I am going
Well, I
to.
believe you can't go wrong with Hunter's Mark.
Yeah, I'm going to
start off
stand
with.
right here. I believe that should be enough range. I'm going to Hunter's Mark the big blue guy here.
Okay.
That's a bonus. Is the feather
Yes.
token a bonus item too, or is that an attack? Toss it out.
Action.
Is it?
Summon it, yeah.
Alright. For now, I'm just going to attack with a longbow.
Okay.
With sharpshooter, yep. Yeah, that hits.
That definitely hits. Yeah, 20 damage. This one pierces right through one of its arms.
Oh wait, are these beasts?
They are not beasts, but what are you thinking?
Well, cause she has favored enemies. Bias.
Oh, I see.
All right, then I'm going to use my extra attack and attack again with my longbow.
That also definitely hits.
Fuck
Yeah,
yeah.
15 damage. Dude, sharpshooter is very good. I mean, I guess with your selection of items.
Right.
The top one is looking real bad off. This other one sort of went into its eye, and it yells as it really quickly like yanks it out. So it's
Job,
missing an
Galadriel.
eye. Thanks, Ganondorf.
Yay.
All right, we're back to the top of the order. Pog.
Did Flinty didn't get to go?
20 went.
Missed my
Oh,
shot.
did
She
Oh,
she
shit.
shot. She
Our
she
musket.
was not gonna. She's not throwing away her shot, but she kind of did. But anyways, Pog, it's your turn, Pog.
You're muted,
Where you
Bob.
at? This cat. Was this cat crying again? Does he need to be a human elevator?
No, I'm sorry. Sorry, I muted myself and I forgot I muted myself. I said a lot of things actually ever since I muted myself, but it's too late now. I said I want to fireball again, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna hit Ganondorf twice because I think he's pretty low on health. So instead I'll cast Radium to Dawn again. Similar damage, but it's not gonna hit my friends.
Very low on health, you're right.
I didn't,
I mean,
I
it's
didn't
just if,
hit him.
dude,
with
if I roll a
fireball.
critical fireball, you're at like 20, aren't you?
I'm at 53, but pretty low.
I mean, you just stake out. Nah, it's the same damage. It's fine. I'll just roll. Yeah. I'll use
By all
another.
means. You want to
channel
nuke
divinity.
them? Nuke these fuckers. I am all down for that.
Nah, I'll channel divinity again. So 15 plus 7. 15 plus 8. So 23
Yes.
radiant damage to all 4 of them, or at least if they will
Let me
save or no.
let me get wisdom saving throws out here, so that
Yeah.
should be one of them. Well, that's neither of the blue ones save. That's definitely not going to do it either.
I thought you said they had advantage on saving throws.
Against magical abilities, but I don't know if this counts as one because this is like religious.
I think it. I mean, radiant damage is probably magic. Probably.
Depends on who you ask if it's magical or not, I guess.
Yeah.
Got him.
I don't know. What do you think, Pog? Does this count as a magical?
I think it counts as a
spell?
magic attack. I think.
All right, I guess I'll roll again.
Because like, there's elemental damage is considered magic, correct, in this game? But then is necrotic considered magic damage?
Well, neither of the blue ones save regardless.
Yeah, okay, well, it
Advantage.
doesn't change anything, but yeah, whatever.
That one
Jarius,
also
like-
does not save. Okay, well, none of them saved. So how much am I taking?
They're taking 15 plus 8, so 23 radiant damage.
Okay, the top one is
then-
lambasted with radiant damage as he cries out and disintegrates, and you see a little angel appear from his body as it ascends into Slod heaven.
Okay, I don't know what I can do for. I think I'll have to give my. Yeah, I think I'll have to give myself my spell slot back, cast weapon again, and see if it hits, and then take it out. Yeah, there we go. That's the best way I think to cast it again, same level, because I don't know about the modifiers. Like what they do.
Well, do you
So,
only
yeah.
have one level 4 spell slot?
Yeah, so I have to give it to myself back if I want to cast my dildo level 4 again. If that makes sense.
Right, but you already used your level 4 spell slot.
Well, he summoned it at level 4.
Oh
so he's
yeah,
attacking
someone did
with
a level 4.
Oh,
Yeah,
but
so
to
if I want to
attack
find out how
it-
much
sorry,
damage it
sorry,
does,
sorry.
the old I don't have a lot of
no,
options
I
here.
see what you're saying. I think you might still be able to cast it even with the 0 spell slots. It just might scream like.
Alright, I
We'll
guess
yell at
I'll
you.
try next time. So it,
But yeah, this 16 just against the green guy.
the same guy with the dildo is with it at all.
Okay, yep, slapped again. This time it does not bounce off its belly. This time it lands a solid hit, as a dildo-shaped imprint burn mark is left on the Slod's cheek.
So I'll slap him for
Man.
13 plus 4 force damage, so 17 force damage.
Yes. Yep. Okay.
And that's actually I'll take a little step back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's the end of my
Okay.
turn.
I am going to have the blue one use its attack of opportunity on you.
I'll flare this motherfucker. Actually no, I'll keep it for one of my friends. I'll take the damage, I don't care.
Okay. It's gonna try and claw attack you.
Sure. I'll take it like a champ.
Yeah, that isn't mid.
Nah, nice try.
Okay. And that is the end of your turn?
Indeed it is.
Okay. Eragon, it is your turn as well as your rhino friend.
Okay, I and my rhinoceros are both. Oh shit. Actually, yeah. Okay, so my rhinoceros is gonna move back 20 feet.
Okay. It's gonna get attack of opportunity. Oh, wait, no, it's dead. Sorry, never mind. It can't be attack of opportunity. That one's dead.
My rhinoceros. Oh, okay.
Nothing
Wait,
happens.
guys, who are we targeting? The blue one or the red one? Okay, okay. All of them. Okay, so I don't really know how far away we are.
No,
no,
I
okay.
got you. I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. Go for it.
So I want to charge.
Yes.
Both of us.
Yes. No, please. This is great. This is
Okay.
actually really cool. I'll give you
So-
both advantage because it's 2 of them at the same time.
Okay. So wait. Let me see.
So just roll the gore attack twice with advantage, and then if it hits, we'll roll the 2d8 separately.
Okay.
Yeah, I love this. Okay, the first one's not gonna hit. So I'll let you choose which rhino that one is, but the second one definitely is.
Okay, my Fey Rhino failed.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, the Fey one sort of charges in, maybe like in front of you, or maybe like besides you, and it is easily repelled. But then, sort of as the Slod is like, sort of just redirecting this rhino charge, you slam right into it. Your two horns burying in deep. So go ahead and roll 2d8. That's a good roll, sir. That's 27. Well, I guess 15 bludgeoning and 12 piercing, but 27 total damage. And this Slod needs to make a strength saving throw or be knocked prone. That's a rhino. Whoops, that's not the rhino. That's I used the rhino. I want to use the Slod. Okay. Yes, and you sort of raise your head up as this Slod goes tumbling backwards and is now prone.
Okay. And then I don't know how much I moved, how many spaces I moved. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, okay. I'll end my turn there. Yeah, I'll end my turn.
Odin, it is your turn.
Alright, I'm gonna step up to this red one.
You've got advantage.
Between these guys.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna attack the red one.
Okay. Okay, you do have advantage, by the way. So go ahead and roll one more time to see if you crit. Okay, we'll take the 6 slashing then.
Then I'm gonna shield bash.
Okay. Once again, a strength contest.
Do I have advantage on that contest? Or no?
I guess so, yeah. I'm cool with that.
That's a saving throw, but...
That's fine. I'll just subtract the 3. Yep, that's gonna do it. Okay, this Slot is pushed backwards and is prone as well.
Okay, and walk up to it again. Smack it with my extra attack.
Okay. Oh, yeah, 13's definitely gonna hit. Yeah, and as the Slad is on the ground, you just sort of ram right down into its exposed belly, and it coughs up a little bit of frog blood.
Then I'm gonna use my extra movement or whatever, the rest of my movement to kind of like rotate around. And that'll end my turn.
That works. Okay. Next up is the blue Slot, who's going to use half of its movement to get up from that devastating gore that it experienced. And turning to the green one, it sort of points at Ganondorf and like cocks its head and says something, and the green one is very excitedly yelling. So it runs up to you, Ganondorf.
What language is it speaking?
Slod.
Oh, so it's nothing that any of us would know. I was like, maybe we could hear it, but no. Okay, never mind.
Well, it does not have advantage, seeing as its buddy was just knocked backwards, so it'll just hit you normally.
It should still have advantage against me.
Did you reckless attack? Oh, shoot,
Yeah.
You did.
I mean, it hits anyways, but... Well, the
Yes,
first one
that
hits
first
anyway.
One Alright, the second one also hits. And that also hits. Okay, you take 6, then 6, then 4 piercing. Okay.
It failed both most con save.
Yes, you feel... Take your damage.
What is it?
And
It's
as
13.
it is 6, then 6, then 4.
Yeah.
Because your resistance. You can just do
Minus
-6,
6.
-6, -4. That's -14 total.
Minus 4. Okay,
There you
37.
go. Okay.
I'm about to die.
As these two claws rake across you, you start to see red scales appear across your wounds.
Like Darius?
Well, yes, if those scales were less dragon-like and more frog-like.
Frogs have scales?
So I'm a dragon frog?
Oh,
I guess not
damn.
scales. I don't know. What do they have? Skin? I guess just skin.
They just have rubbery skin.
Yeah, they have rubbery skin, I think.
Yes, they just
Unless
have
it
rubbery
doesn't matter,
skin.
man. This is
Yeah.
I was thinking too much like a snake with scales.
I mean, armored frogs have like that kind of weird textury shit on them, whatever they're called.
There's armor frogged?
Your
Yeah.
skin becomes froggy
Froggy?
around the wounds. Yes, they turn red.
So,
Yeah.
to clarify, Sage mode, exactly. To clarify with this, basically, my max HP is reduced by 10, right?
Yes.
So, knock that down to 63. And then
Yeah. Just remember that somehow, because
it's every 24 hours.
it goes down another 10.
And the only way to clear this is if I get a wish spell. Oh no, it's only if I die from it, I get transformed.
Yes.
So I can
Yes.
cure this then, right?
You
I think I can
cure
help
this-
you, but unfortunately, it's not my turn.
Well, it doesn't say anything about like curing it in the description. That's why I mean, I'll find out eventually, I guess. I shouldn't ask too much.
You will find out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
You are
Sorry.
infected with a disease, though.
Okay.
Yeah. Write down somewhere that your real max health is 73. I don't want you to like lose that. Okay. And once you're done that, it is your turn.
Sweet. And that was Blue Man Group that did that, right?
That was the Blue Man group.
Blue Man
Yes.
Group. Okay. So I'm gonna turn to him and say, I don't want to be a frog, and I'm going to recklessly attack him.
Okay.
Toggle advantage back on. Yeah, and use my sword of sharpness first.
That most certainly hits.
Shit rolls. Okay, and then for my extra attack, I will use my great axe, which actually does. There it is, another crit.
What are the chances that you double crit?
Great axe is
Oh,
good, man.
fuck.
That's the barbarian thing to do. My character knows what it wants. It wants the great axe and it
Dang,
wants to
man.
hit.
Yeah, I guess.
So what was it 7, 9, 11? 27
yeah, I took
plus
the 9
5.
off already, so that's
Okay.
gonna be the 23. Wait. Yes, 21 plus 2. Yeah, that's 23. Okay. Yes, 2 very meaty hits as you carve more of this frog off into nice little frog steaks that maybe you could eat for later, but probably don't do that. That's probably a bad idea.
As long as you cook it. Alright.
I guess so. That's how things work, right?
Yeah, 160 degrees, man. That's the end of my turn.
Okay, sounds good. All right, yeah. The green one's going to run up to you and squeeze sort of just in between its 2 brethren. And it's also going to bite and claw at you. I believe all of those hit.
Yes.
So, Ganondorf, you're going to take 5, then 4, then 4. And as each new cut opens a wound, the area around it immediately begins transforming into red slot skin.
So I have blue slot skin and red slot skin.
No, it's just red.
Oh, just red? Okay.
It's just red, yes.
Okay.
Flinty, it is your turn.
Okay. I'll move up a little bit. I don't know how far I am away. Okay. And then I'll cast my Dissonant Whispers at the blue one. Do it at level 3. Let's go.
Okay. DC 14.
Terrible rolls today, man. Oh well.
That's alright. That's what it feels like to be Odin, am I right?
Pretty much.
Alright, well, it has advantage on saving throws against spells. So it is going to save. So it takes half damage, I believe. So that is going to be 6 psychic. Okay.
Yeah. That'll be my turn.
Yes. What did you tell it?
You're not as cool as a Slode. You're just some fake slide.
It looks at you quizzically.
Yep,
A little
sounds
bit of
about right.
comes out of its ear holes. Alright, this red slot, seeing that it's about to create a new brother, is going to continue wailing on you, Ganondorf, in accordance with the green slot's command.
I'm the only person who's been hit besides the fake rhino. Feels
Fake!
bad.
Oh, he takes offense to that.
I mean, well, yeah, I'll turn into a
Yeah,
Yeah, run
slob.
you over.
Alright,
He's trying his hardest.
yes, yes. Yes.
Dude, I'm living for this. Ganondorf's going to be ridden with diseases.
So-
And on top of this, the worst part is that you also get diarrhea.
God, that's terrible. 4, what is 4 again?
4,
so
4, 5.
yeah, I'm at 11. Health.
Go ahead and roll 2 Constitution saving throws.
Fuck.
Alright,
save,
You want to
does.
fireball your friends, huh?
you've been severely weakened by just the incessant onslaught of these slots, as the green one has seemingly commanded the two of them to just exclusively target you. And you are too tired to prevent whatever it is that's attempting to worm its way into your system from fully ingraining itself.
What the hell?
And
It says over 3 months the egg moves into the chest cavity. I have eggs in me now?
yes.
Jesus Christ. Okay. That's
Yep.
weird. I don't like
You're
that.
pregnant.
Oh, stop. Don't do that.
Ganondorf's pregnant.
Before I give birth? God, why does it word it like that? That's so so weird.
I am going to point my finger at a spot behind Big Green Dude. So it's going to be right here
Yes.
ish. And I am going to cast Vitriolic Sphere.
Oh, this is a new one. Alright.
And so as I point my finger and it lands in the spot where I'm pointing,
You take out your slug
Um,
vial.
my slug vial,
That's a lot of
kind of-
dice.
Yeah, I
slug
filled
vial
up like
kinda
half my
erupts
screen.
from the bottom and then
That
just
was so
splashes
cool.
all over those guys.
Oh, yes. Emerald acid. Oh my gosh. Draw that in. Emerald acid.
And all you hear is sizzle, sizzle.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I guess it's just, okay, I see. It's not like a persistent thing. It just, okay. So they make dexterity saving throws on a failed save. They take 10d4 and another.
At the end of its next turn.
Okay, I see. So they have advantage on saving throws against spells, but let me go ahead and roll this.
Damn it!
The red one saves. The green one does not. And the blue one does. Okay. Well, the red one is going to take, what is that? 13 acid damage as its skin begins to, melts away. The green one takes 27. This one seems like a rather palpable hit, actually. Ganondorf, you smell cooked frogs.
Frog legs are my second favorite meal.
Yes, but you
Don't
also
eat your
smell.
brother.
You smell yourself like frogs. Yes, you actually feel a little bit bad for them.
Why chips? I feel bad.
And the green one you can see sort of has some goblets of this acid just sizzling on its skin. Okay, let me go ahead and mark that down. Let's do this color. Okay. Galadriel, or I guess in this case... Oh, Galadriel's
Galadriel's back. Yep.
Yeah.
So, just so you can see, yes, it died, so you can reapply it for free.
Okay.
So who would
We're
you like
all
to put on?
attacking the red one, right?
Kind of attacking all of them at the same time. As Josie's also been forgetting that it 10 health didn't.
No, I haven't.
Oh, have you?
Adding it silently.
No, I just haven't been saying it each time.
Oh.
Okay, so I'll put the hunter's mark. Can you tell me which one has the lowest health?
The red one looks pretty beaten up.
Okay, so I'll put it on the red one, and then with my sharpshooter, I will use my longbow.
That is unfortunate. Yeah, you pull it out in haste and snap it in half on accident as you try and draw it.
Damn it, I'm gonna do it again. Do I need to roll my hunter's mark?
Oh,
my
God.
yeah, go ahead and roll Hunter's Mark. That more than made up for it. Yeah, okay, so that's 11 plus 14 plus 3. Okay, that is very overkill as you pull back a powerful draw. And you shoot it as you bore a hole. Excuse me, as you bore a hole straight through the gaping maw of the slod and into the tree behind him. And it falls over, almost onto Ganondorf. Dead.
Other.
Yes.
Soon to be.
A single froggy tear comes out of Ganondorf's eye.
Aw.
Froggy tea.
And then,
Pretty sure frogs don't cry.
have...
They do in my world.
Okay, you win. Ain't gonna argue about that.
Turn it.
Yeah, I can transfer my hunter's mark to the blue one, or do I have to wait for my next turn to do that?
Bonus action.
I think it's a bonus. You already used her bonus action to transfer it on this turn.
You said it was a
I thought it was
free.
free.
I mean,
Free bonus action.
I guess I misspoke. It was a bonus action.
Okay.
Because, like, that's just consistent with the rules of Hunter's Mark.
And, yeah, I think I'll stay where I'm at for right now, but that'll be the end of my turn.
Alright, Pog, it is once again your turn.
Fireball.
Yes, kill Eternal and turn him into a frog, please.
I've always had a dream of being a frog.
Oh, you're not even muted this time. I'm guessing you're just not here.
Danger.
We move him behind Eragon's turn.
Oh, I misread the disease. It says if your hit point maximum is reduced to 0, you turn into a red slot. So if your normal hit points are reduced to 0, you don't turn into a frog. Unless you want to become a frog.
Not fucking
How
really.
does that? So, if your hit point maximum turns into 0, what does that
Yes.
Every time I fail
so
a
every
con
24
save.
hours,
Oh.
every 24 hours you lose 10 max.
If I fail too, doesn't it
mean?
knock it down?
Oh.
Is that what it said?
Well, it depends on which one attacks me. Each one of them has a different one. The red one has a different thing than the blue one does. The blue one, I think, is the one that...
Yes, the blue one, it's not every time it attacks you, it's just you're infected, and with this disease, every day, you lose 10 hit points maximum.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, so its on hit was to see if you contracted the disease, and now that you actually have the disease, it's just a thing that happens on its own independently.
I don't know how I don't have immunity to... Or not... Well, I guess it wouldn't be immunity, but shouldn't it be, like, to it because of, bear?
What about bear?
I have resistance to all damage, so wouldn't that be disease damage too? Like, shouldn't it take 48 hours instead of 24 hours or something?
I don't think that's how that works. This is the progression of a disease. If Ganondorf gets cancer, you're not going to have resistance against cancer. I don't think it works like that.
The question is, man, I don't think it's worth trying to heal you for now. Like, trying to cure... No, sorry. I mean, it's not worth for me to try to cure it, because if it's not a minor disease, I cannot cure. Unless I have to sleep and learn a new spell. Because it's 4th level for a major cure, so I would need, like, sleep to prepare the spell. For now, I think the best thing to do is just keep you full health. So, yeah, I think.
Wait, yeah, that checks out in my book. Not dying sounds good, always.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. I'll cast. I'll use my ring, so it's not an actual spell. I'm just gonna cast my 4th level healing touch spell. Give me 1 second.
Your ring? Your ring of recall?
I bought this. No, I bought this ring that allows me to cast a cure wound once per day at level 5 for burst heal.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so it's 26 plus 1, so 27 health on Ganondorf.
That's a meaty heal.
Yeah, put me back up.
Yeah.
Decent chunk.
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
And then I'll
you still
cast...
are a little froggy looking though.
Yeah, it's alright.
Yeah.
I got a tadpole swimming in my chest.
Action. Do I have anything that can really help him?
I'm gonna lift up my arm
question.
and be like, Ganondorf,
I don't have much else for now that can really help you not get like massively targeted. But I can just cast that. I don't think. Let me think. I only have a bonus action left. Yeah, I'm gonna cast. I know what I want to cast, but for some reason my character sheet was stuck in the loading. Alright, there we go. I'm gonna cast Healing Word, level 3. There we go, so he also heals for 13. So Ganondorf heals for 13 as well.
Cool. Nice. Clerics are so helpful. All their super heals.
Is it the end of your turn?
Mr. Pog.
Yes.
At the end of your turn.
Yeah, there's nothing else I can do, I think.
Okay.
But it's a good burst of heal, you know? So,
Definitely.
there's that.
You don't feel like you're going to croak.
Yeah,
In the
so I cannot do anything.
I hate
I was trying to... I was trying
But
to
you
look
also-
if I could do anything
You
else.
also
but
do
I-
feel like croaking.
Rogue.
Just a little bit.
Rogue.
I was trying to look if the ring was like an action or a bonus action. It is an action. Anyways.
Yeah, I mean,
End of my turn.
it would be the spell itself is an action.
Yeah. I just wanted to see if I could do 3 healing in 1 turn or 2, but nah, it's 2. Yeah, I cannot do anything else. It's the end of my
I
turn.
mean, you healed for a good amount already.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not
40
bad. It's
health.
not bad.
All right,
Yeah.
Mr. Rhino.
Yeah, I don't have much else I can do, so it's definitely the end of my turn.
Mr.
Okay.
Rhinocerai.
So as a bonus action, I wanna shift back into my human form.
Okay.
And then
Does
I'm
Eragon
gonna
also
move-
have 45 health? Like
No.
naturally?
oh yes.
Huh. I guess
Why?
it's just weird how that matches out. No, I just thought it was weird that it matches out exactly. Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's funny.
You morph back into your human form.
Well, so I
You're
was
like,
actually
wow. Is Ganondorf also a druid?
Ganondorf, do you need help there, buddy?
I think I'm slowly turning into a frog. So
Do you want to turn into something else?
Yes. Will you turn me into one of these slads?
I don't think I can turn someone to a sled, but I had a better idea.
Go for it. I
Okay.
give consent to whatever idea you have.
Are you casting polymorph on Ganondorf?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh man, I don't think it's gonna turn out the way you think it will.
So I can
We're going for it.
So I can transform him into a beast whose challenge rating is equal or to the target's level if he doesn't have a challenge rating. So I can
so
change him
it's
into a
less.
CR7. Yeah. So I wanted to transform him into a giant ape.
Okay.
That's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
I need ape noises ASAP.
Okay. Well, Ganondorf, your intelligence
Yes.
drops to -2.
Oh, that didn't change much then. Okay.
And
Those are dumb stats. Holy shit, he's huge. I'm King Kong.
Yeah, it's actually huge. It's ginormous.
Yo, give me control over that guy. I want
yes,
that.
yes. I'm giving this to you real quick.
It's so ridiculous. Love it.
How long does this last for? An hour?
Yep.
Okay, yes. And let me edit the token so you can see the health and stuff.
A giant. I have 157 health. Holy shit.
Damn.
I think you're good now.
If you guys kill me, you get 2900 XP. It's awesome.
He is
That
this
seems
weird.
I'm gonna
He
cast
is this-
Fireball on Ganondorf.
He is this weird mixture of ape and frog skin, though.
Alright, I'll end my turn there.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, wait, sorry, I forgot my other rhino. Duh.
Oh yeah, your Rhino gets to go.
Okay, I want him to charge
Sorry.
the green, or this one right here.
Okay, go for it.
Yep. So Gore with charge, and then I do.
That's gonna hit. Yep. Roll the 2d8.
Oh, nice.
Dang. Yo, this Rhino's so good. 25 damage.
Let's
And this guy
go.
has to make a strength saving throw. Whoops, not with advantage, but the 23 does save. So it does manage to sort of stop your charge, but you do impale it as two nasty wounds emerge. Okay, Odin, it is your turn.
I am going to run up to this green guy with the rhino trying to gore him and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to swing my rail splitter.
With advantage, sir. Yep, that hits. 9 slashing as you rend into the back of this slot.
And then I'm going to
Caught
shield
between
bash
A
to try
rhino and a hard place.
I'm going to shield bash him to try and shove him back into the rhino horn.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is gonna do damage if it works. So go ahead and roll your strength. Dude, all right, freaking. I guess you're rolling 2d8 again. Okay, perfect. Yeah, you let out a battle cry as you charge this green slot, and with your rail splitter into its back, just a single vertical slice before bashing it violently, and it is impaled on this rhino and does not move. So this rhino has a new hat.
Perfect. And then I am going to position over to the blue one and use my extra attack.
Mm-hmm. That hits. 7 slashing. Odin stands amidst a pile of dead slots.
And that will be the end of my turn.
Okay. The blue slot, now devoid of a leader, does not know what to do, and I think he's just going to attack the person who just hit him. So he turns to you, Odin, and just begins wailing at you weakly through its very injured body. That's a crit fail for its first attack.
Come up into.
I'd like to... Can I, since he missed the first attack, can I riposte that attack?
Yes, you may.
I did not mean to click the
I
crossbow.
could have flared, but I just remember you have so much AC that.
So what are you, don't you attack with a weapon, right? It's not just the superiority die. Yep, so you're making a melee weapon attack. That hits for 12 slashing. And you do send this creature close to death's door, but not before you are raked by a single claw. So go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw. Okay.
Damn.
Yes, you see you've noticed what's happening to Ganondorf, and you do not want that to happen to you. So you sort of pull back before one of this like weird dripping fluid on his claws fully enters your bloodstream. Okay, and that is the end of the slot's turn. All right, Mr. Monkey, it is your turn.
Alrighty, so I'm gonna stand there. Actually, I'm gonna move up, I guess, a little bit to the blue guy. Beat my chest, and then I'm going to multi-attack and fist him.
Excuse me.
Come again.
I'm going to fist him.
Oh, fuck.
You have advantage, by the way. I thought that.
Holy shit! Oh my god!
Damn.
I'll roll it 4 times.
Came out the other side. God.
Yeah, I fisted him good.
You fisted him real good.
Gave him the good old fisting.
Certain?
Freaking. All right. Well, you are 100% murdering this creature.
Yeah, I'm gonna disintegrate his. It's like One Punch Man. I'm just gonna hit him and his body's gonna fucking explode. Because he deserves that.
I don't think you do that, because that's
What?
insane.
No,
you do
I-
punch a hole through him.
What? I overkilled him by like 100. No, like 35 damage, right?
With a crit, I would have let you
Oh,
literally disintegrate him.
I'll
I
punch
think
his
you
head off
literally
then.
Disintegrate him.
Not that
Yeah, that
problem.
works. I'm cool with that. With a singular punch action for your first one, you just punch straight into its head, and the body doesn't even like move backwards. The head just explodes cleanly off, and the body just sort of very slowly teeters forward as you pull back your blood-covered fist. All right, and you let out a victory monkey scream and
Yay.
also ribbit at the same time.
It's a weird thing I got going on right now.
You've got a lot of things
Orbit.
going on.
Ribbit. I get to stay like this for an hour, so we can go. I can swing through this cursed forest for the next hour, or
Yeah.
next
You're a
59
monkey.
minutes. That's a
You
fucking.
can like get a tree unrooted and use it as a baseball bat.
Oh my god, yeah, he can be our carrier.
Yep.
He can carry the tree out of here.
As weapon.
Oh,
I also have
sorry, he's not a gorilla. He's a giant ape. I got that guy. Yeah, apes
I'm
can
a-
swing from trees.
a huge beast. I can also throw
You are
rocks.
a huge beast, but you're also not very smart.
I have well, I have a little
Like
bit
the
less
ape.
intelligent than I normally do,
Yes.
but not a lot less. Just a little bit less.
I'm
20% less is pretty bad.
I'm only a little bit smarter than you at this point, so
I also have a plus
Yeah, but-
9 to athletics, so I could definitely swing through this forest.
Yes, you could. That's what your basal instincts are telling you to do.
Yeah. All right, then I'm
Wait.
going to climb up into the nearest tree.
Like, can you take me? Take me with you.
Yeah, climb on my back.
I don't really know if he understands, but I don't know if
mean-
he comprehends languages.
I would understand that he transformed me, right? Or poly.
I mean, I can do this.
Yeah. You can
Is
speak with
his
me.
That
frog
works.
disease spreadable? Like, if we touch it, will we get infected?
Oh
I don't know,
god.
you want to find out?
No.
Not like
I already have scales. I don't need any more.
I don't care. Come here, buddy.
I climb on my back, buddy. Let's go. Go swinging through the trees.
Excuse me, that's not what you sound like.
Oh, I can have a monkey.
Oh, we're out of combat
Um,
now, right?
Well, no, we speak with animals. That's what the voice inside of my freaking ape head sounds like.
Are you're communicating telepathically?
Oh, well, is he gonna grunt back at me, or how? I don't know what sound apes make. Ooh, is that what we're doing with? Ooh, ooh,
Uh-uh.
I was thinking.
Walla walla
I was
bing
thinking
bang.
it was just more of a.
Uh-uh.
a guttural noise.
Can I attempt to cure the frog disease?
You may attempt to cure the frog disease. How do you attempt to cure the frog disease?
Well, I have only one option. It's lesser restoration, so I'll cast lesser. Removes minor diseases. So if it's a minor disease, it'll work. If it's not a minor disease, it's not gonna work.
All right. You cast lesser restoration. You pray to Ra. Hey, my friend here is becoming a frog, and I don't like that. And,
Yeah, pretty much.
and it's like the celestial just sort of shrugs its shoulders, and it's like, yeah, sorry, man. You're gonna need something more stronger than that.
Fuck.
That's what I figured.
But you know what, Eternal, you're cool with this. You're an ape. You got no worries.
Hey, for now.
Well, your ape self maybe doesn't understand that.
You think you're safe as an ape until you're not, you know.
So the thing is, because you're polymorphed, you have no attributes from your original character.
Yeah,
you
I
are
was,
fully 100% an ape. You are the ape. This is you for the next hour. But we're running towards midnight, and I know some people gotta go, so we'll resolve this real quickly. But you have just finished off this fight. And you walk up to this still achy clearing with a single lone willow tree. It is hearty, but it is leafless, but not lifeless.
Okay. I tell Ganondorf to grab the tree and yank it out of the ground.
I don't. Okay, that's fine. Well, that's athletics. I don't think this is athletics.
I'm climbing
I think
it.
This is just.
Drink.
Oh, you're climbing it. Okay, yeah. Instead of ripping it
He's-
out of the ground, it just climbs the tree.
I don't understand what he said. I just want to climb it.
It's
It's
true.
a tree.
I
That's true.
talk? What?
Well, he does have speak of animals. That's true.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
I'm -2 int.
That's
Ah.
true.
I am dumb.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna keep
Talking to the
trying.
wall.
Ape Ganondorf, please take up the tree so we get out of here.
Thought they were smart too, but this one, This giant one, dumb as a box of rocks.
Listen, they're smart, but like in this very
Not all of them.
humanoid, this humanoid centric realm, an intelligence of 10 is considered the average, right? And so they're definitely smart, but I think they're not as smart as humanoids.
Also, let's not forget that his base creation was Ganondorf, so
That's true. I think you understand Eragon. It's just up to you if you want to listen to him.
And I will attempt to rip this tree out of the ground.
Okay, that's going to require a pretty meaty strength check, because...
Well, this guy has more strength than I do. So.
Do it.
Roll it. Pretty meaty.
Wow.
18.
That's a lot of strength. That's a lot of
Lot of
strength.
fucking strength.
It's +6.
Yeah.
That's not even possible.
He's a 23. Yeah, he's got 23 strength. He's
Holy moly.
all strength, no smarts. That's it.
Oh my gosh.
He is a fed gorilla. Like, makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, like, freaking Jean Valjean pulling the, like, sail mast out of the water. That's pretty much what you do. You just rip this tree out of the ground. Like a giant cat of nine tails.
Right, let's get out of here.
Whole big root ball and all.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wait, why am I
Use
ripping
as
this
a
tree
mace
out of the
or a whip.
ground? I can use it as a mace or a whip.
it doesn't matter, man.
Okay.
It doesn't
Yeah,
even matter.
I did the thing.
Get out of here. It's
get outta
creepy in here.
How is that going to help you get out of there? Us to get out of there?
Oh, we came. I don't know, because I'm a big giant ape. What we're doing?
Yes.
You want me to
tree
just,
back.
we just carry this? How big is this tree?
Very large.
So like I have to like.
It's
I
easy.
mean, we're in a forest. What the hell? How do I walk with a big giant tree in my hands?
You put it over your shoulder.
Yeah. Try your
You know how to
hardest.
do that?
Like this.
I don't know. I'm a giant dumb. I assume I'm just gonna hold it in front of me and walk and get stuck between two trees over and over again because I don't know what to do. Need some guidance
It's gonna be
here.
a long walk back.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna
Yep,
bump into a few trees and then I'll.
Who's the second tallest person?
I can roll a wisdom to see if I can figure out how to hold this.
That's intelligence.
Tree.
That's
Is
intelligence.
it? Alright.
That's intelligence.
Ah, yeah, I figured it out.
Look at that. Yeah, you figure it out.
Alright, so I throw his tree over my shoulder, and then I guess I'll just follow Eragon since he's talking to me.
What a
Yay.
smarty. Alright, so you are 1.5 miles in, and you start walking out, hopefully avoiding any further conflict along the way. Which does end up being the case. And towards the end of this trek, Ganondorf, you feel yourself slowly shrinking.
No, buddy, you better let go of that tree.
Yeah, you might want to drop it.
I'm not gonna drop it. I'm
Oh my gosh.
I'm
Alright.
gonna go. I'm gonna get mad because this tree is starting to get really heavy, so I'm gonna go enraged again.
I would like.
you can because
but
you
you're not a
don't have any
barbarian.
attributes.
I would like to
Well,
shield bash.
I'm shrinking. I'm changing back, right? Changing back into
I'm
Turn
Ganondorf.
it
Ganondorf.
into a frog.
I'd like to shield
No.
bash Ganondorf.
Shit, bash me, fucker.
Alright.
I have an advantage on
Ganondorf,
improvised like stuff though, right? Trying to.
Well, listen.
Push, pull,
this
carry.
one of this mean-looking humans just came over to you and bashed you in the face with a shield. So go ahead and roll strength. And Odin, you roll strength.
Normal, right?
Yes, normal.
Oh. Yeah. So I have a 19
Yes.
plus
That's 2
4.
out of 3.
You want to do best 2 out of 3, or do you just want to go based on stats? I'll go 2 out of 3.
You can go on stats. I don't care.
Alright.
I like your
I'm-
rolls. I'm willing to risk this and just let the dice tell a story here.
Fine. We'll reroll.
Alright. There we go. That's what I was waiting for. Alright.
Alright. Ganondorf, your last act as an ape before you transform back. Odin
he's trying
bashed you with a
to
shield.
shield bash me, and I basically just slam my arm back into him and knock him backwards.
All right.
Where I thought he was
yes.
gonna hit him with the tree, and he was gonna go
I
flying.
thought about it. I thought about just fucking wailing him, but I was like, I don't want to. I don't want to kill the guy. Just bump him back.
Yeah, you elbow
all right,
bash
fine.
him.
Have it your way.
Well, you know
Stupid
what,
ape.
Odin, you're knocked on your butt, and Eternal, as you do this, your arms sort of just like you like slightly lose balance just a little bit, and suddenly this tree has gotten a lot bigger, and you're like, oh, that's kind of weird, and you're like, wow, I'm talking, and there's
crazy.
a giant tree that's falling on you.
Strength saving throw.
Well, dexterity, see if you can get out of it, but if you want to try and
Alright.
catch it, you can roll a strength save.
Well, I got advantage on dex save, so I'll dodge it. Oh, advantage. Roll again. Didn't help. I mean, that's the 16.
A 16 will do it. Yeah, you roll out of the way before this tree fully like comes down on top of you. You guys are basically like at the edge of the curse woods. So you've pretty much like you can see the clearing where, excuse me, Isarya let you guys out. But you just have this giant willow that's just kind of lying on its side now.
So it's okay if we
Yes.
drop it here, then. Like, it's not like in the middle of the forest anymore.
That's correct. Not that you
Okay.
can really move it anymore.
Cool, I'm good.
All right. And our last thing, Eragon, floor is yours.
Hey, I guess I'll begin casting the spell then.
Which looks like
Hold on. Wait a minute. Where is the spell? Okay. So rise, my tree.
well, it's gonna take 8 hours, so I don't think it does it like
It says
that.
rise my
but-
tree for 8 hours over and over again.
Do I have to chant? Like, do I have to do like a ritual? I can do that.
for 8 actual hours.
Just start.
I'm gonna realize that he's literally gonna sit and do this for 8 hours, and I'm gonna quickly become bored and roll out my bedroll.
Just sleeping under the stars. I'm cool with that.
I want to take my dagger. I want to go up to the tree. Carve side of the tree.
That's. I was gonna say that's so rude, but I don't want to speak.
What are you doing to my tree?
Okay,
It's art.
but
You're giving the tree
After-
injury, and you're basically
after-
injuring me.
The tree out of the
I hope he doesn't remember this.
did more than him hurt
so
it.
here's what we'll do. I have a stat block I'm working off of. I will finalize it tomorrow. But Eragon, after 8 long hours, and you guys can do other stuff during that time. Maybe tomorrow we can resolve a different side quest. While like Eragon, like chants or something. I don't know, like a short one.
Are we playing tomorrow?
Sorry, not tomorrow. Friday. I'm sorry to disappoint. I'm just so excited. But you've basically created like a tree end.
Nice.
So I will have that ready before next week. Tree ant?
So you said tree ant?
Tree?
Is it
like
tree ant?
No,
Can we name it Groot?
Is
Oh
it?
my.
Is it
I
like?
need to think about like the personality. But yeah, I'm fine with Groot.
Is it like the ones from like Lord of the Rings? Is that what you're thinking of, Josie / Eragon / whoever?
Oh, I don't. We can. I mean, I can
Well-
think about it. I thought it was just gonna be like the tree itself. That's what it's gonna look like. But I mean, I think it's up to Josie, right? We can.
Well, it is a willow tree. If you want to give it a face, you can, but based on this spell, it just kind of becomes animated, and it can
Womp-
speak a language that you know.
Yes, sir. Whomping Willow.
All right. So, what language are you teaching it?
I mean English. Yeah.
Common.
I don't know this English that you speak of.
Oh my God! Wait, what is her language again?
Common.
Common. We're teaching him the common language.
All right, you'll teach a common, and what's you naming it at all? Is it Groot?
We'll name him Groot. Yeah. I mean, actually, should we figure? Okay, wait. Groot if he's a male, but if it's a female, we'll figure that one out.
I mean, plants are androgynous, so like.
Gotta count the rings.
Okay. Oh. Okay, he's Groot then.
You're so stupid.
I thought it was funny. Thank you very much.
All right. Groot has joined the party. This willow tree, it does a little dance, and it's like, what is?
Wait, can he be Groot? Like he could be like Groot?
Like
actually Groot?
I am Groot.
What's his
Nice.
name?
You want it to be able to like freaking shrink down and like pot itself?
Cast enlarge reduce on it. Make.
That only lasts for like a minute though.
Oh.
We can workshop it.
Got a week.
Sorry, what kind of animals do you guys have here in Cars?
I should have a Pokeball for it actually.
We have everything.
Okay.
It's also, if you wanted to do that alternative, like the other kind, I forgot what they were called, but you can just like, if you want to do that, you can totally do that as well and just like conjure essentially an animal.
Okay.
With your nature magic.
Sounds good. I'll have to message you
Yes.
once I figure out what it's gonna be.
Yes. But let's end it, guys. Thank you all for very good side quest ideas. Actually, I heavily encourage that because, well, for one, they elongate the campaign, which is great. And also provide great moments like this because Ganondorf has a mysterious frog disease.
Thank God.
And he's also pregnant.
Yeah. Deadpool swimming in my chest. I'm so excited.
So, yeah, I need to write that down.
Tadpole babies.
And we also learned that potentially a polymorphed Ganondorf is better than the original. So
Yeah. Giant apes, I hope we never encounter them because do really far range attacks with rocks that hit harder than those fistings that I did.
Yeah, pretty much.
And just getting fisted by a giant ape just does not sound fun at all.
No.
Oh.
Wait till we get to level 8.
Oh shoot. You can start transforming into flying creatures at level 8.
I know, I'm excited for that. But I was talking about CR8 or beast.
That's true. That's no problem, Koi. Is this for your concerto competition?
No, this is just our orchestra concert. I'd be so tired. I would like drive home, and then I have literally 3 nights of concerts right after that.
That's
No, it's like dress rehearsal and then concert on 3 nights.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Dang.
Oh well.
Well, I mean, have
Life.
fun, I guess. You'll probably have
Thank
fun. You're a good flutist.
Yeah.
You'll get lost in the sauce.